Hello, everybody, and good morning. Sorry about that. Can you hear me? It was a little bit of a bumpy intro. What's up, Steak?
What's up, dude?
Steak, you need some sun.
I do. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you're looking real pasty today. I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you look good more often than not, but you need to get out there and get some vitamin D. You're kind of looking like Brian Kirshner.
Been a Florida activity in so long.
Yeah, you're due. DGen from the top rope. No, suck a butt. That's an interesting one. I haven't heard suck a butt in a long time. Kind of makes me giggle. No, that was not me. That was Steak. What's up? Tricky game tonight. Is Washington getting too much respect? Are they getting too much respect? I don't think they're getting too much respect. Steak, it's good to have you back. We're going to talk NFL week 2 again. I know we kind of softly went through it yesterday, but Steak's had a whole day to kind of digest all of the scuttlebutt from what's being spoken of with myself yesterday on stream and everything else. So I'd like to properly go through the board. Real quick, couple of comments. Let's go. What's up? Dead Press Carter. Good morning. DJ and Donnie. What's up? Hello. Equity Rise. Hello. ChatGPT deep fried you guys. Yeah. You know what? Did not realize we look all crazy.
We look hammered.
I was on the treadmill. And I realized, I was going to throw up this, but I said to myself, this is a good looking graphic.
Oh, it's amazing graphic. This graphic's amazing. I don't care how drunk we look. But wait. Why are they different?
Well, that's what I'm going to tell you. I put this graphic in ChatGPT and I said, please keep everything the same. Change college football to NFL, change week 2 to week 3. I should have just done this one. I did week 3 to week 2. And then ChatGPT comes out with this bullshit.
Man, that's crazy, dude. We look hammered.
And I know people say, oh, have somebody make the graphic, blah, 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 blah. Listen, I know, right? We're small timers right now. One day when we're big timers, hopefully we'll get there. This is the best we can do. Okay. It's the best we can do. Unless somebody wants to step up. Snides made some graphics, but we don't. We
a great one for the touchdown competition coming soon.
Yep. By the way, your mic is not picking up your audio at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. Is it even on? Tap it.
It's on. Yeah, it's on.
Yeah. Not hearing you in the mic at all. We are going to go executive decision, by the way. We're going to go live on TikTok because TikTok loves NFL, and they really love fantasy. And so I don't think we necessarily need to shy away from fantasy today because I think people in the chat might also have some questions. And we'll just talk all things football. You're going to make us a graphic? Okay, Steak, who are you picking for Survivor this week?
I mean, it feels as simple as just getting your Ravens pick out of the way, right?
I heard an interesting strategy that on somebody on VSiN, they said they don't like taking divisional games.
Yeah, that's interesting.
They don't take road teams and they don't take divisional games.
I took the Eagles last week and got very busy. Very lucky.
Ooh, yeah. Just food for thought. Just food for thought. Fantasy stream. Fuck these kids. Yeah. I might even go live on. I can't go live today. Obviously, I've got corp shit after this, and then Steak and I will be on the YouTube channel, the Pickett YouTube channel. By the way, YouTube.com/Pickett Sports. Go to it. Subscribe. Come hang out with us tonight on the Degenerate Hour. I believe we have a proper graphic for that. Hold on. Do we? Yeah. Oh, we got a good one.
Yeah.
I look like Warren Sharp.
It looks like two Gregs.
Greg looks hilarious. You look the coolest by far.
By far, yeah.
By far. You look very cool. You look like a guy who's done a couple Florida activities and maybe even had a beet juice. You certainly look like a guy whose fucking head's not falling off. You don't look like your head's falling off. All right. Good morning, everyone. What time is Pickett Hour? Pickett Hour, the DGen Hour on Pickett is at 7 o'clock Eastern. We're going to be rolling up until kickoff. So with that, we got a hype train early, by the way. What's up, everyone? How we doing? VVetter30 with a new follow. Cam is money. 35 months. We appreciate you. Thank you, Cam is money. Big fan of Cam is money. What's up, Goat Sports? How you doing? Yep, you look like Bob's Burgers. Very funny. Don't forget your week 2 teammates today. That's right. Let's pick them on the show.
Let's pick the show. I want a new rule though. Nothing against like you picking Beeve or like, for example, Greg already picked Cam this week. Nothing against that. Cam's obviously a member of the community. But let's have someone in the chat when we're talking about picking teammates, That's what's going to be the most fun.
Yeah, you're right. Beef's not always in the chat.
Yeah, I want
Beef. I know. Beef is subscribed, but Beef is more of a lurker. And I get it. I know. I'm not just Beef, but a lot of other people. I know they lurk. Then I know their opinions are influenced here and there from time to time. So if you want to lurk and you don't want to engage as much in the chat, so we don't think that you're here being influenced by our opinions, which is still hilarious because we're rat shit gamblers, at least in the NFL. But yeah, let's do that. Let's take people who are active. So I hear you. By the way, did you just see Greg's text? Greg said, Ron Ginsburg liking the TikTok live. Appreciate you. Greg said he has an hour, a free hour. What's up, Caleb Purdue? All good. Lurking is fine. He said he's got a free hour. I just sent him the link. Maybe Greg will come up here. We got a hype train. We got Adams got picks with a sub bank, 13 months. Debo rushing receiving tonight. Don't overthink it. Guys, don't if you follow me on Pickett, I already punched in my game script video or my bet tonight.
Oh, you did? Wow. It's Commanders.
I was waiting for some sort of reaction. That was that 5-second delay. Right? Well, it's not the Commanders. It's a cheeky prop. I'm not going to spill it right now. I'm going to give you the video. And I don't want to go over too much of this game because that's what we're going to do
tonight. So we're going to skip right to Sunday is what you're saying.
Yep. DGen, break down your film. Yeah. Let's we could talk about that. Def G, I don't know what that means. I do see Zanman lurking every day. I would say Zanman doesn't qualify as a lurker. Zanman comments and talks for sure. DGen, how is your dog? Actually, he's had 2 very, very good nights. He slept through the night, back-to-back nights. First time he's done that in about 3.5 weeks. And of course, it's when I'm not there. But Steak, I'll tell you about my sleep for a second. I haven't really been getting good sleep. First night last night, I got 7 hours and 45 minutes straight. Here's what I'm thinking.
Wow.
I know you don't do this. I think you're a melatonin guy. I took 500 milligrams of magnesium last night.
Oh, yeah, that works too.
Yeah. Took a 500 milligram magnesium. It says take 1,000. I'm soft though. You guys know that I'm soft. And I also not first time in a while. We like to cook. We probably cook, 3-4 nights a week, but I had a nice home cooked meal. I didn't eat out. I didn't have like a lot of trans fats. I made chicken thighs, salad and roasted carrots. And that's it. I didn't have any dessert. It was at like 7:30. No real late caffeine. I almost got 8 hours of sleep last night, so I'm feeling pretty fucking good, which is great because we got a big day today.
You seem like it, honestly. I like this.
Good. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I really needed it. The last couple of weeks were really, really rough, but we're good. And as always, thank you for being here because Steak, yesterday was a reminder that streaming solo for an hour and a half, 2 hours is brutal.
You were trucking. Then you went on Owner's Box.
Oh, then I went on Owner's Box, which is great. I love going on Owner's Box, but holy fuck, man. I was gassed. What's up, everybody in TikTok? TikTok is picking up steam. We got 10 people over there in TikTok already. Dial Degen is exactly what this board didn't want to see. You're fucking right, Total Slayer. Carrots, lowest ranking vegetable in my opinion. That's what my wife says, but you got to cook them right.
They would be right in the middle for me. I'm never excited about carrots, but if they're on my plate, I'm always going to eat them.
Who loves carrots? Greg, if he ever comes in here, which is hilarious. This is a guy that'll tell you, hey, guys, I'm free. Send me the link. And then he won't show up for another 37 minutes. Like,
did you actually send him the link?
Yeah, bro. I sent him the fucking link. Let me make sure I send it to the right thing. That'd be hilarious if I sent it to like a client by mistake. Yeah, got a free hour. I can jump in.
It's easy for me, like a simple veggie that I just think is absolutely the best vegetable, broccoli.
I know you're such a broccoli guy. You really are. You're
seeing amount of broccoli.
You're a strange bird. Like you're a little strange, but which is great. I tell you all the time. I like strange. I'm good with being different. I like that. I don't want a bunch of fucking clones and yes, man. Everybody doing the same thing. That's boring as shit. But you are a little bit of a I don't even know what to call it with being grossed out with tomatoes. Like
that's the only thing I passionately hate anymore. There's nothing left, honestly. There's nothing left that I passionately hate food-wise. Like, I literally will eat everything.
It's crazy that you haven't grown out of that, though. Like, you still just think tomatoes are icky.
It's crazy because I used to not like onions when I was like younger. I just eat out of onions now.
Steak, now with Greg up here, it's going to have to hold you accountable. You're going to have to keep your head straight.
Okay, I'll work on it. Because
you're going to have to try.
I'm laying on Greg's shoulder.
I think you can do it because every single other person I've ever seen on camera talking about sports can keep their head straight. So I believe in you to be able to do it.
Yeah, you just said it. I'm a strange bird. We'll see how it
goes. I know. Greg, you look good with that. Is that a quarter zip?
This is true, by the way.
Mike's muted, Greg. We got him a tomato cake for his birthday. True story. Yeah, you and Beef. Beef can't handle tomatoes. You can't handle tomatoes. I have acid reflux now. I can't handle red sauce. Greg, check.
What's up?
Greg?
Yeah, sorry. The audio was a little wonky. I should be good now.
You sound great. Listen, if you're going to come in here.
Yellow. Remember how yellow I was last week?
Yeah, well, maybe it's daytime. That was nighttime. You have your window up. You're looking good. You sound good. I need you to bring the energy, though, okay? So I know middle of corp, if your wife's in the apartment or something, you could be a little, conservative. We got to bring it today. And we're going to see you on the Degenerate Hour tonight. And by the way, the chat is bumping today. We got over 90 on Twitch already, 35 on YouTube, a couple hundred on Twitter. We love that shit. Make sure to subscribe to the page, like the stream in YouTube. We got a couple people on TikTok we'll acknowledge a little bit later. What are you laughing at?
Greg looks like he sells Coke to college kids.
I don't think so. Greg, real quick, I know you're a big carrot guy. Where do you put a carrot when you rank your vegetables? Did you mute yourself again? You muted yourself again. This is impressive. Just click the mute button. Don't touch your microphone.
That shouldn't have happened. I didn't click the mute button.
Well, you got muted. What do you want me to tell you? I'm not muting you. You muted yourself again. You're muted again. Steak, are you doing this?
No, why the fuck would I do this? I wouldn't sabotage.
Greg, click. It's the mute button on your. Yeah. No, now you're muted.
No, something's wrong. Maybe unhook your microphone and just use your computer.
Well, what if you go to your settings?
It's because he's eating too many carrots.
No, you're still muted, Greg.
God did not want to hear what Greg had to say about carrots.
Steak, give me. Actually, wait. Because I know you so well. Let me power rank your vegetables.
Okay.
Broccoli number 1.
Yep.
Brussels sprouts number 2.
I think I like asparagus more than Brussels.
I'm a big asparagus guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so asparagus 2.
Yeah.
Brussels sprouts 3.
Well, let me ask you this: do cauliflower go with broccoli?
No. Nope.
Then cauliflower 3, Brussels 4.
Brussels 4. All right, and then 5. You're not an eggplant guy.
Not at all.
No, you're you could be a squash or zucchini guy.
Does sweet potato count?
Yeah.
Sweet potato.
Zucchini's underrated. Am I
there
back?
He is.
Are you good?
Yeah, you're good.
I did.
You're good.
The microphone for whatever reason. I'll mess around with it later.
That's okay. I love sweet potato. Sweet potato might be I would say asparagus 1, sweet potato 2, carrots 3, mushrooms 4.
Green beans?
I'm not the biggest green bean guy. I'm not against them. What would be a good 5?
Oh my God, corn. I forgot corn.
Oh, I like corn. Yeah,
I
corn's a good one. Onions are a vegetable, right?
Tomato doesn't count, right? We're taking tomato out of this conversation.
Well, because fucking steak is a 4-year-old.
It has nothing to do with me. Tomato's not a vegetable.
Okay, we'll take tomato.
Greg, what's your top 5? Give me your power rankings of veggies.
Mushrooms.
Oh, you're a fun
Brussels,
guy.
Zucchini. Corn has got to be up there.
Carrot not in your top 4 is crazy.
Carrot's top 10. It's not top 5.
Okay.
And honestly, this is a sleeper one. Broccoli Rob.
No, I don't like broccoli Rob. Yeah, we talked about this.
6?
No, I just like regular broccoli.
Is a sneaky one too.
Your wedding was a blast. It was one of the best weddings I went to. Your food was good. The music was good. Your MC was great. But the people were awesome. You had broccoli Rob on the menu. It was not for me. I said, this is a selfish move because not everybody likes broccoli Rob. Greg loves broccoli Rob. What are you laughing
about?
You
and the 6-year-olds.
That's very funny.
I'm not a fucking 6-year-old because I don't like broccoli Rob. I like broccoli. Broccoli Rob is too bitter.
You're supposed to boil it before?
Well, I don't know. What did your chef at the wedding do? He didn't boil it. Listen, all I'm saying is this. It's like putting like Fernet or Amaro on the menu. It's like it's very specific.
He's 100%
like
right. It's my
broccoli.
wedding. It's my special day. It's not about
It is.
you.
It's like broccoli that went to college, and I would expect nothing less from Greg, to be honest.
So you're supposed to put what you want on your wedding menu, not what you think your guests are going to want?
It's not like I put something ridiculous. It's not like you like gefilte fish or something absurd.
No. It's not
reasonable.
ridiculous. Broccoli Rob is specific, and I know you love broccoli Rob. I love, put it this way. Okay. I like sweet potato
sandwich with broccoli Rob on there. You're taking that off?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yep. And in the place, this sandwich place by me has the broccoli Rob, and they do that.
Yeah. No, that's what I was referencing.
No, I don't like it. It's too bitter, and it's too not for me. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Wolfie Wesson with a sub bang. Let's go 3 months. We got a packed house in here. We are rolling. Let's start talking NFL.
Wait, first, Greg has to just explain to
Beeves in the Midwest. They don't get broccoli Rob there,
dude. Greg, I know you're not on your phone on Twitter as much as myself or Steak, really, for that matter, and you probably don't follow Beeve that much, but the fact that this guy even gives any sort of opinion or input on food is hilarious. He is the least cultured person I think I've ever seen in my life. It is very funny when he talks about food, but I wanted you to know this. I didn't know if you already knew. There was a time where Beeve was posting pictures of what his wife would cook him dinner, or he would cook him dinner.
Cheese.
There was cottage cheese as a side on a dinner plate with like chicken and steak. Don't you think that is absolutely insane?
Absolutely
not in the Midwest. The Midwest cottage cheese is big, man. Big. When I lived there, I was shocked at how many people still ate cottage cheese. I thought you grew out of cottage cheese phase when you're 10, but the Midwest, it just keeps humming. I got on a little bit of the cottage cheese train. I lived in Wisconsin.
I know, I remember. Yeah. Wow. Interesting. Okay.
The salt and pepper on cottage cheese was a bit wild. I've never tried that, but yeah, even cottage cheese is one of the few foods that's just not allowed in my house. Most like we just don't need to do that.
Now, what the fuck is Rob, and what's he doing with the broccoli? How would you explain broccoli Rob?
It's a leafy green. It is a bit bitter, so you're supposed to boil it to take away some of that, and then you just kind of saute it.
That's not good.
It's almost like steamed spinach would be the closest comp. A little more bitter.
Think it's like more like it's like skinnier.
I wouldn't even compare it to broccoli.
It's got a little broccoli on it.
Like a mix between spinach and green beans.
There's a little picture of it, DJ.
There's a little broccoli on the end of it, though. Why are you not?
But it's not as bushy as a regular piece of broccoli.
No, I mean it's not
for sure.
It's not fucking.
Honestly,
Lisa
it's a mix between asparagus and spinach. That would be.
Also, I like spinach. While we're talking about it,
I like spinach too. Hold on. Yeah, I guess you're right. You're right. There's not that much. He's right.
Cauliflower can be a sneaky one too. No one even brought that up.
I did, and people shit on
did?
me.
Yeah.
Do you know what the plant is actually called? It's called rapini.
Rapini?
I didn't know that. Did you know that? There's a picture of it. It's sauteed with garlic. Is got to be the way to go. It's got to have that
very big Northeast Italian American vegetable.
Yeah, he's right. It has longer stalk. Yep. How did bell peppers get left out? Great point. Peppers rock. I just had some great peppers.
Yes, some good sweet and spicy peppers is a nice.
What a nice appetizer for everybody in the chat. All right, I think we're ready to roll. Let's talk NFL week 2.
Not talking Packers, right? We're holding Packers for tonight.
We're not going to talk Packers Commanders because that would be foolish. We have a pregame show on the Pickett YouTube channel. I put the link in there, by the way. I'll put it one more time. Go to the YouTube page for Pickett.com at Pickett Sports. Boom, there it is. It's pinned up at the top in the Twitch chat. If you're on YouTube, you can figure it out probably. If you're on TikTok, follow instructions for once in your life. All right, thank you. The fuck am I in here for? Browns money line. No, we cannot do that. Holy Corp. Why are people saying Holy Corp?
I don't know, dude. You can't do shit in here. Someone calling you Corp or Unk. That's what I learned.
Yeah, I don't mind Unk though. I'm totally good with that.
It's because you're not even Unk. That's the thing. Like, if we're being honest, I'm Unk and you're Grampy.
I don't really think you're that Unk though. You're silly pants. You love to fucking mess around.
I think you're Peepaw for sure.
You are. There's nothing Unk about you.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm 36 years old.
And you play around with the fucking toddlers in the Twitch chat.
That's what Unks do, dude. That's what Unks do.
Steak is more Unk.
Peepaws yell at clouds. That's what you do.
I'll yell at a cloud. I was looking at a cloud the other day and it pissed me off. I don't know. I don't like Peepaw. I like Unk. I liked Unk, and people were telling me
if you don't like Peepaw, stop being so old and grumpy.
I was going to say, you like Unk because it actually makes you feel young, which is crazy.
It does not. Unk doesn't make me feel young. Unk makes me feel old, but like a cool old guy. Peepaw is too old. Listen, the only reason I'm cranky is because I got fucking people in here chapping my ass nonstop. And then on top of it, I got fucking Steak who just caters to the chat, stares them down, agrees with everything they say.
Oh, God forbid. God forbid.
My wrist is falling off. I'm getting bitched at for my wrist brace that I wear.
No brace?
No brace. The wrist is feeling good.
Oh, man.
Maybe you are going to beat the Peepaw allegations.
Maybe I fucking will. And you know what I did today? I stretched today. I stretched damn good today. I haven't been stretching that much. I gave it a full. I like to say 10 minutes, but I round up. It was probably like a good 7.5.
I'm going to pitch the Bend app. It's fantastic. It's just an easy stretch app. $30 a year.
Well, see, here's the thing, Greg. You can YouTube stretching videos for free that are like 10 and 15 minutes, and they're not bad.
I get that. I don't want to watch an ad while I'm stretching.
Greg would definitely have a stretching app for sure.
$30 a year, $2 a month. That's not even a cup of coffee.
No, you're right. You're right. All right. We got sub banks coming in. We got more people coming in. Apparently, nobody has a problem with the vegetable and the stretching talk, so we love that. This is Unk. This is Unk hour. This is Unk hour. I love it. You paying for stretches, ... stretching app. What the fuck? See, Greg, if you did this show every day,
I'm close enough to 40 that fits in the budget.
100%. 100%.
Greg is also Unk.
People would be coming after your ass, and after about 3.5 days, you would start giving it back to them, and then you would become Grampy Pants or whatever people called me. What do they call me?
No, you're gonna argue with stretching. Don't stretch.
I'm not arguing with stretching.
That would be my response to the chat. Tell me in 10 years how you feel if you don't stretch, and maybe stretch a couple times a week, and you'll probably feel better.
I have been trying to fucking ring that bell so much, telling people that it's actually important, and I wish I stretched. That's good. Give it to the chat. Steak's been giving it to the chat a little bit more too. I like that. I feel like you guys are finally on my side, the old side. All right. Jay Stir Crane with a sub bang. Carter C with a sub bang. We love to see it. Appreciate you guys. Here's a sub for 4 months. Nice. All right. Let's get into the board. I'm looking at the 1 o'clock slate on Sunday. First game up. This is a tough one. The Rams are in Tennessee. The Rams are laying 5.5 or even 6 points. Now, I don't know that there's any sort of overreaction to be had in this matchup. And tell me if I'm wrong here. But the Rams kind of did what they needed to do. I think people like the Texans this year. And the Rams, I know they only scored 14 points, but the Texans are known for having a good defense, good defensive-minded coach. And the Rams are also thought to have a solid defense on their end. And they did a very good job limiting Nico Collins, limiting CJ Stroud. What did the Texans score? 9 points.
Yeah.
So the Rams, there's no overreacting.
I think he had 12. Oh, sorry, the Texans. Sorry.
Yeah,
Texans had 9 points. Yeah.
It was 14-9, I believe. So the Rams come in, and the only thing I really looked at from this game was it's an interesting spot for LA because after you play a pretty tough team like the Texans, you go on the road to just a weird place like Tennessee, and then you go on the road next week to Philly. So back-to-back road games. They've got a stretch here, guys, where they're going on the road 3. Oh, no, I'm sorry. They're at home for 2, and then they go back on the road. I apologize. Different team. And for Tennessee, I don't know that there's an overreaction to be had either. I mean, they didn't look good offensively. You got Brian Callahan out there. I don't know if you saw this, Greg. He didn't know the rules. He didn't challenge a play where a guy had his elbow in, and he didn't know that it counted for 2 feet, so he didn't challenge it. And he's got a lot of shit for
him. Somebody in the booth's got to be like, yo, you can do this.
Yeah. Well, apparently that was like a 30-yard play or something. I did not get many eyes on this game when we were at hanging out watching the 1 o'clock slate. I just realized that, by the way, Steak. I don't even know if this, I mean, there's only so many TVs. There's a lot of games. I don't know that Titans Broncos was, oh no. Was it 4 o'clock?
It was 4 o'clock.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then that makes sense.
It was
I didn't
very
get much eyes on it. I saw the box score and I was like, good Lord, Cam Ward played terribly. And I'm not here to tell you he played well, but I saw a lot of tweets talking about how his team did him no favors. The defensive line and the defense in general for the Broncos played really well. They sacked him 6 times, and everybody dropped passes. I think Calvin Ridley, even Cam His Money, who's a big Calvin Ridley guy, had no problem trying to not defending him, saying Calvin Ridley had 3 drops. So bad coaching. On the flip side, the Broncos didn't look all that good. So maybe a testament to some defense for the Titans. I don't know where I'm at in this game. I think I'm actually leaning towards the Rams. I hate to say it, but the total is 42. Not much movement on it. Looks like it's 41.5, 42. 5.5 seems to be the number across the board. There's 6 at circa. So I feel like that's a comfortable amount of points with a team like the Titans. And I still think, in a bird's eye view, this is probably one of the worst 2 games starting opponents that a rookie quarterback can have. And I kind of want to just stay away from the Titans. They kept it around the number against the Broncos. I don't know that I'd like them to do it again. Chalk it up with the under if that's square, and I lean Rams. Steak, what about you?
I don't think there's anything weird about the spread. I don't think it's weird that you like the Rams. I think my most concerning thing for the Titans is that Tony Pollard was their leading receiver and he had 1 catch. I agree with anybody who says that the Titans receivers didn't do Cam Ward any favors, but I don't think anybody thought the Titans receivers were very good anyways. I know a lot of people liked Calvin Ridley going into the year. I did as well, but I didn't. It's not because I think Calvin Ridley is a top tier number 1 receiver in the NFL. It's because I literally think they have no one else. Old Tyler Lockett. I know people are excited about Io Manor, or however you say that guy's name from Stanford, and then it's Chig. But with the Rams, man, I don't know. I can't tell. Am I a Rams hater, or was that pretty unimpressive game by them against the Texans? Like, the Texans have no one. Joe Mixon's hurt. They have no idea who's playing running back. Christian Kirk was a late scratch. They started 2 rookie wide receivers and Nico Collins. But I hated some of those passes Matt Stafford threw. I thought they were hospital balls. And I just still don't know about the Rams. So I don't think I'm playing this game, but I also don't think it'd be that crazy to take the Titans in the points. I bet you it gets closer to 7 by kickoff.
Yeah, Greg, before you give your thoughts, just one thing to point out from the Texans side. It doesn't look like they were, I guess, that putrid on offense. The more that I look at it, they had 18 first downs. The Rams had 18 first downs. They had 265 total yards. The Rams has had 296 total yards. So I know the tape and the game tell a different story, but I'm also just kind of looking at the box score. CJ Stroud only got sacked once. They did have 2 turnovers. They had a fumble and interception, but the Rams had 1 turnover. A little bit more penalties. 11 penalties for the Texans is not good. The Rams were 7. So basically what I'm saying is, like, I agree with you. It wasn't like the Rams put out this really, really good performance if you look at the box score. Greg, any thoughts on and Puka Nacua had 130 yards receiving. Rams defense was very impressive in my opinion. Yeah. Any thoughts for you on the Rams Titans?
Can't deny that.
Yeah, I'm a Rams guy this year. They didn't look that great on offense, but they were also going up one of the best defenses in the league. The Titans defense is nowhere near as good as the Texans. The other thing too, I think the Rams defense is undervalued. I think McVay, one of the things he does is sneakily, and I don't know if I picked this up because they were specifically Steelers. That's absolutely why I did. But there's a guy, I think he's like Witherspoon, and he played corner for the Steelers a couple years ago, and the Rams picked him up. And they had another offensive lineman Kendrick Green, I want to say off the top of my head, who played for the Steelers and went to the Rams. And both those guys I thought they were total ass with the Steelers. And they go to the Rams, and they were fucking very good. I think just McVay can get more out of those guys. So if you look at their secondary, you can also absolutely point to it and say it's not that good on paper. But yeah, I mean, it was Nico Collins and 2 rookie wide receivers. Christian Kirk's nothing special. You still shut them down. The offense didn't have to do much, and they still got out of there with the win. So I'm on the Rams train. You mentioned the Titans schedule. It's not just these 2 games. Next week they get the Colts, which is a tough divisional game. But after that, they play 3 games in a row on the road. So the Titans schedule is brutal. And I'm with you guys on Cam Ward. I will be taking him to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, but I think you can get a really good number if you wait till in the middle of that road game stretch. Probably after the Texans game is when I'm going to take it. But I want to say he was 350. Now he's up to 500. Going up again, he just got 6 times. The Rams have a great pass rush. Jared Verse can get in there. They get some other guys. I think the Titans still struggle a little bit. I'm still on board them long term this season, but it's the start to their schedule is brutal. Oh, and not only that, after their 3 straight road games, They go home, which is good, and they play the Patriots, which is a Vrabel revenge spot.
Oh,
That's a really, really tough first 7 games of the season.
well, if you go through the depth chart of the Rams, these guys in the secondary, Quentin Lake, the Witherspoon guy, Akilo Witherspoon from Steelers. Yep. Cameron Kitchens, Cam Curl. I mean, these are guys that I would never have recognized, but they're on.
Those are guys you wouldn't think held Nico Collins to what, 20 yards?
Yeah. The defensive line is awesome. Braden Fiskey, Puna Ford, Kobe Turner, Byron Young.
Oh, and they just signed Puna Ford. Yeah.
Yep. And then Jared Verse, obviously. And I really like that Omar Spates guy. I talked about him. He was at Oregon State and went to LSU. He's a tackling machine. So, yeah, the Rams could be for real. I know that I'm not going to say they're trendy, but they're a pick to make the Super Bowl by Chernoff and a few others who are, some smart NFL.
Where's Chernoff at now? Is he just
I don't know.
solo?
I think he might be solo. Yeah, maybe premium solo. And no, I don't subscribe to anything of his at the moment. But okay, as of right now, somebody said it. I kind of agree with them. This feels like a game where you are tempted to maybe take the Titans with the points. You're intrigued by the Titans. Maybe you're not overly impressed with the Rams winning 14-9 against anybody. I can't do it. I'm out on this game. Somebody said they like the over, which I think is interesting. I still don't know that I see the Titans putting up more than 14, call it, on this defense, even at home. And I guess what you would need the Rams to get you 28 for 41.5. So
I just want to add one thing. I was actually impressed with the Titans defense against the Broncos. We could say whatever we want about feeling like Bo Nix is due for regression. I think the three of us agreed with that statement for the most part. Greg probably the most Broncos guy up here, but we agreed Bo Nix regression was due. But that was an impressive game by the Titans defense. And I just have to say, obviously my thing says CEO of the JJ McCarthy fan club. If JJ McCarthy can play like that in the second half versus the first half, I don't know why, but I just feel like Cam Ward can play much better in his second NFL game, not against the Broncos defense, which is absolutely insane. It's an insane
and he's
defense.
At home.
They're weak nowhere. The Broncos defense is weak nowhere, and yes, he's at home. So I just think you get a lot better game from Cam Ward this week.
Okay. I like it. By the way, we will acknowledge the TikTokers in chat who are asking about fantasy football. Greg is a smart fantasy football player as well. What are you laughing about?
I just think it's so funny that you turn on TikTok and they just ask you fantasy questions.
That's all they do. That's all TikTok does. I'm just going to start running and but little do they know I'm not a fantasy guy, but I'm just going to answer shit. Frankie Schmidt says Rome, Pearsall, or DK.
Pearsall. Got to do Pearsall. There's no
but there's no Purdy.
Maybe Mac Jones could get Ricky Pearsall the ball, and there's no
it's Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Steak loves Mac Jones.
The answer is Ricky Pearsall.
Ricky Pearsall, Frankie. One other.
Mac Jones.
Greg, Rome, Pearsall, or DK?
Pearsall.
Okay, Pearsall. Lieutenant Goose, what are you doing at TikTok, Lieutenant Goose? Get the fucking Twitch. Fields or May? Bills defense, Miami defense, maybe May.
I'll go with Fields.
You go with Fields?
I go Fields.
Fields.
Although it would be very Justin Fields to have one of the best games of his career. You start him and then he lays an egg.
I know.
But I do like the Jets against the Bills to cover, not to do anything special, but to cover.
Yep. All right, let's talk about that game next, actually. We've got Buffalo going into New York, or New Jersey, I guess I should say. Not really sure where this line opened. I'm not going to play that game anymore because you get conflicting data everywhere you look. It's at 6.5. I think it was at 7.5 or even 8 at some point. People jumped. I saw GRP talking about giving his picks for free this week, and he jumped on on New York at 7. And then somebody said, "Oh, I bet you wish you got the 8." I think it might have been Cam's money. So Sharps like the Jets with the points here. You've got two teams coming off of some pretty big games. Now they play a divisional matchup, which I find interesting. But man, that was a roller coaster of a game for the Bills. Granted, it was on Sunday night, not Monday. And then you had the Jets in a fucking dogfight, the most entertaining game of the day, going back and forth in a double revenge game with Aaron Rodgers and Justin Fields. I kind of think both teams are going to pick up where they left off. Even though I faded the Jets and I'm okay with it. I took the alt line, which isn't going to get there because their schedule is so easy. But if Justin Fields is able to make those throws, I think they're going to be a problem. I like what I'm seeing from Aaron Glenn. Loved what I saw from their offensive line. I think the Bills defense, now correct me if I'm wrong, is a defense you can find success running the football on. I know they've got guys, And they were actually doing a pretty good job, from what I understand, against Derrick Henry for most of that game until he busted him open late. But I think I like exactly what we saw from the Jets in that first game against the Steelers. I don't see why. I don't know that that's going to be a fluke. I think that's going to be their identity. Run the ball. Breece Hall was effective. I love Breece Hall. My overreaction play of week 1 is Breece Hall to lead the league in rushing yards. I think he's going to have another good game before he plays the Bucs in week 3. Then I don't think they're going to have as much success. Kind of like points. I guess I'm with the move. I like the dog, but I don't know that I want to play. I don't know that I want to fade Buffalo. I think that just might be a thing for me this year. There's 32 teams. I think it's okay with just accepting like 1 or 2 of them. You just don't want to fade, but I don't want to fade Buffalo. I think this is a really, really good team. Last time we went to see them play in New York is when we saw Monday Night Football when Aaron Rodgers blew his Achilles and the Jets still beat him. Weird shit happens in New Jersey. I'm out on this game entirely. The last thing I'll say is this. The total's 45.5 up to 46.5. So some people like points. Steak, you got any thoughts on this one?
I disagree with most of what you said, so that makes for good discourse.
That's
I don't like the over whatsoever, not one bit. You could say whatever you want about the Buffalo Bills. In my opinion, and I stand by this, the Baltimore Ravens lost that game. Josh Allen is amazing. We know he could be amazing. He was absolute superhero, but there were so many things the Ravens had to do to lose that game. And if the Bills didn't win that game, I think you'd be talking a little differently. Everything I heard about the Jets after week 1 was how incredible this offensive line was, specifically Armand Membu, the kid they drafted from Missouri. Apparently he did an incredible job against TJ Watt, which
number
is
one PFF tackle, I believe.
Exactly. And that, as we know, stopping TJ Watt's hard to do. Breece Hall was incredible. They're chalking up almost everything the Jets did on offense to how dominant Armand Membu was in his first ever NFL game. Josh Allen does not need to play hero ball to beat the New York Jets. I don't think you're going to get that fourth quarter Josh Allen in this game. I think you're going to get fairly conservative, 7-8 yards of play, whatever you want to call it. And I think you're going to get a low scoring game. That's also kind of why I think the Jets can compete. I won't die on that hill. I actually think getting almost 7 points for a divisional home dog is a lot, even if it is Bills versus Jets. And then the last thing I want to say is I don't think they did a good job at all. Like Derrick Henry didn't kill the Bills late. He killed them all game. I think the Bills' run defense is bad. And so I do think that's a bad matchup. This Jets offensive line and running game against the Bills' run defense. But yeah, under 46.5 probably be my favorite play. I also do have a slight lean to the Jets.
Okay. Greg, before we get to you real quick, there is somebody in the TikTok chat who is not talking fantasy that says he thinks the Bills will go undefeated at home after that week 1 win, and Josh kind of calling out the fans. Could maybe see that, which means you have no problem fading them on the road. All right, Greg, what do you think about Jets Bills?
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys saw it or if I'm just in the Steeler world, but there was a chart of, and this is kudos to Aaron Glenn, but there was a chart of Breece Hall's runs.
Breece, for the love of fuck.
I don't know why I do it the E. I'm an idiot.
Gotta let him call Breece.
No, just let me go. I was getting going. All right,
sorry. Go.
Anyway, there was a chart of all his runs. I think he had 19 carries.
Yep.
Every single one of them went to the left. They avoided TJ Watt the entire time. Which is good X's and O's, right? You want to avoid that. That's smart. That's strategic. It worked. I'm with Steak. These were 2 of the best offenses from week 1. How do you not go to the under in this type of game? New York, Buffalo, to me, it strikes me as an under. The other thing I want to mention about the Bills game Monday night, because I did stay up till the end, but I missed the fun part. I missed the comeback. I like when the Bills went down 40-25. I was like, this is over. I turned it off, got ready for bed. And right before I was going to bed, I was like, oh shit, if they stop the Ravens here, they're getting the ball back. So I turned it back on for that last drive. But I do remember Kyle Hamilton getting hurt and leaving the game. I don't think he came back. And I think that's really when Buffalo's offense started thriving. And that's when that comeback started, right? I haven't heard much about that injury, if he's out again another week or whatever. But I think that was a huge part of it because he's such a Swiss Army knife on defense. But yeah, for me, I'm looking at the Jets here. I don't know if I'm going to punch it just because every time I bet the Jets, it bites me in the ass. But the under definitely deserves a look just from a contrarian perspective. You have 2 teams that might have had their best offensive game of the season. It wouldn't be shocked. I mean, the Bills will go over 40. I wouldn't be shocked if the Jets don't go over 32 for the rest of the season. How do you not jump on this spot for an under?
I'm not.
Oh, he nearly blocked the game-winning field goal. So egg on my face. I'm wrong.
Ravens star Kyle Hamilton has left the game and gone to the locker room, questionable to return. So you're not wrong there. That actually did happen, but it sounds like he's fine and came back.
Okay.
Yeah, he seems to be okay. Okay. So you guys both like the under in closing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The other thing. So the unders trend from this weekend. What was the final record for it? Was it 12-4 ish?
For what?
And for totals this weekend of games going to the under.
Close. Yeah, it had to be. It might have been.
It was around that, but the thing I found interesting was all the games that went over were primetime night games, right? So the only game of primetime night games that didn't go over was the Cowboys-Eagles, which started out red hot and then just died. But I was on the under in the Chiefs game. That went over. The Sunday night game soared over. And then the Monday night game with Bears-Vikings, where everybody thought it was going to be a dead under, that found a way to go over in the fourth quarter. So these primetime overs have a little life to them, especially when you compare it to the daytime games that literally every one of them. I know every game in the 4:00 slates soared under.
Yeah. So maybe a little regression to overs this week, or you're not going to play that?
No, game? I'm riding the trend. I think these daytime games stick with the under for September.
Alan.
We're not stick with the under, but if you like an under, don't be afraid of it. Primetime, I'd be scared.
Haven't heard an explanation about Bills' defense is good or how they can match up well against the Jets. Jets plus 7.5 before it goes to 6.5 was easy.
What are you talking about? I literally said I thought the Bills' run defense was a bad matchup for the Jets.
Yeah, Alan doesn't listen.
Matchup for the Bills, excuse me. Good matchup.
Alan just wants to brag about CLV. That's all these CLV people do. They don't care if they win or lose. He got 1 point CLV. Alan, do you feel really sharp and like you were on an island making that decision when GRP is out there giving a free pick for the Jets plus 7? Come on now. Patting yourself on the damn back. Pumping your chest. By the way, somebody in TikTok laughed at Greg saying Breesy with two laughing.
Of course they did. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
all right, real quick.
I need
yes. Is Jaden Daniels first quarter over 7.5 rushing yards line locked? Yes, it is. It's actually my game script bet. I took 10 plus at minus 107. Scary Terry or Ibuka?
Take Buka.
Terry.
I'm kind of with you.
Ibuka's too hot right now. He's too hot.
What was opener for the over under? I don't know. I think it was 45.5. 44.
I think it was 44.
Wandale Dingle says Kelsey or Pitts. Yuck.
That's gross. I'll go Kelsey.
I'm not acknowledging gross fantasy football questions anymore. No, DJen, I don't get how you like the under then. I like the under because it's not an X's and O's thing. It's a divisional matchup. We saw a lot of unders in week 1. I agree with these guys. Divisional matchup from two teams who just had fireworks. So I understand it being a little bit more of a gritty game. I don't know. Just to be clear, I don't know that I said I like the over. Did I say that?
You started by saying you like the over. It feels like me and Greg talked you off a little bit.
I think I sort of said I don't necessarily think what the Jets offense did was fluky.
That's fair.
That's fair. I don't think that's a one thing. I think that's going to work and it'd be effective, and it could be effective against the Bills defense, which concerns me for the under. You did sound like you like points. Fair enough. I think I was kind of giving credit to the Jets being able to do what they did and calling it not
another tip of the cap to the under is you just came off playing the best running back duo in the league. You're going to be ready for Justin Fields and Breece Hall. Nailed the Breece.
You did a great job. I can't tell who is more overvalued, the Packers or the Commanders. Chris, we're going to talk about that tonight on the YouTube Pickett YouTube channel. Everybody in chat, thanks for hanging out. By the way, we are packed. We got 60 in YouTube, 120 in Twitch. Make sure you're subscribed to the pages, following the pages. Hello, Van Isk with a new follow. We appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out. Board review every weekday, 10 a.m. All right, let's keep moving. Next game I've got on the slate is the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. By the way, I'll pull up Pickett Pro to have on here as we go through. I know some people like to see that. All right. Again, I don't totally know where the line started. I think, if I got to give you my best guess, I think Baltimore was 12.5 and money came in on Cleveland to bring it down to 11.5. However, you can probably find other data that showed 10.5 up to 11.5. I don't know which way this line is moving. However, if you were to tell me everybody's chomping at the bit here to take a divisional dog, that's another reason people probably like the Jets. That's a really profitable system, I think. You got another one. The Browns just covered the 5.5 and almost beat Cincinnati. They're going to play the Ravens now. Ravens, after a big game or an important game in a letdown, not a letdown, but you know what I mean, have their heads down after that loss. Browns got to be feeling the same way. That was tough. But yeah, that one taken from you from a fucking bozo kicker. I got nothing in this game. I have absolutely nothing. I liked what I saw from Cleveland, sort of. I don't know that anything on their offense impressed me. They were very methodical. They were very boring. They were very vanilla, but that was okay. It's all you needed to do to move the ball. Every time I saw the Browns, when I watched them on the television, when there was a chance for the Bengals to make a stop, they didn't really make a stop. It felt like the Browns dominated time of possession. I don't have the stats in front of me, but I'd imagine they did if the Bengals only had 6 yards in the second half. Kudos to their defense, or it could be the Bengals just starting slow again, which is what they continue to fucking do. My takeaway in this game is this, or from those games is this. I think Cleveland is going to be a pesky team. I really do. I think they're going to be a pesky team. I think they're going to go over their 5.5 win total, even though they blew that game. Do I think they're beating the Baltimore Ravens? Not necessarily. Would I lay 11.5 or 12 with Baltimore? No. This is a total pass for me. I don't even like anything on the total as well. We'll switch it up here, Greg. We want to start with you. You got anything Ravens Browns?
I like the Browns.
Fine.
The Browns. I think a lot of people are going to like the Ravens after as amazing as they looked on Sunday night, and justly so. But the Browns defense is sneaky good, and I think that can keep them around. You got the Joe Flacco revenge angle. It's in Cleveland. The other thing, too, if you look at the Ravens schedule, they have an early bye. I think they have a week 6, maybe week 7 bye. To start the season, this is the only game they play that's not against a playoff team, which is pretty crazy to start the season. So I don't think it's necessarily one that the Ravens are going to be sleeping on a little bit. But if you look at your schedule and you see, I mean, I can read it off. We don't have to go through it game by game, but you see the Bills, you see at the Chiefs, you see the Texans, you see the Rams, you see the Lions, and then you get Cleveland in there. Come on. I know it's a divisional game, but they are well below your other divisional opponents. And I think it's a game that the Bills or the Browns can cover.
Steak.
I don't see a lot of people that confident punching in the Browns.
Since you guys
and I
didn't
think
mention
their defense is really, really good. Really good.
Their defense is solid. I mean, if you talk about the game and what you're impressed with, it has to be on the defensive side of the ball. Joe Burrow had 113 yards passing. I don't think anybody would have thought that was possible. Joe Flacco going back to Baltimore. I didn't hear any of you guys mention that. He's beaten 31 NFL teams. This is the only NFL team he hasn't beaten. I think that's a fun narrative. My takeaway from the Cleveland Browns is they did almost everything that I feel like, or they saw almost everything they wanted to see from their team, except for Mason Graham, who ironically was their #1 overall pick. Carson Schwessinger, the guy we've mentioned a few times, the kid from UCLA they drafted, led the team in tackles. Dylan Sampson had 8 catches, and he was the second running back they drafted, obviously, after Quinshon Judkins, who we don't know when he's going to play. Harold Fannin had seven catches. He even had a rush. So you have a rookie leading your team in tackles, of 2 rookies having 15 catches. You have to kind of like that's what this year is about for the Cleveland Browns. I don't think anybody thinks the Cleveland Browns are making a playoff run or a Super Bowl run. So I would call week 1 a glaring success for the Cleveland Browns as far as the organization is concerned. Cedric Tillman had a touchdown. He's been a guy a lot of people are excited about. He has to be under 25 years old. But in this game, I would say that I would expect the Ravens to be sleepy, except it's against the Cleveland Browns. So for some reason, I can't get there with the Ravens being sleepy in this one. I don't think the Ravens lose this game. I won't be surprised if they cover, to be completely honest. I think 11.5 is absolutely as large as you could make this spread after what the Browns did against the Bengals last week.
Sure.
So, yeah, I'm not anywhere close to clicking the Browns button.
Yeah, I can't do it. By the way, did somebody say the game was in Cleveland? Because I got people in TikTok.
I did, and I was wrong.
Oh, okay. Yeah, games in Baltimore, Flacco revenge. Yeah, I can't do it. Nothing about this game is jumping out to me. I think Flacco is just going to be a guy where he is who he is. He's going to make the safe, smart throw. Maybe they take a few chances. The running game was non-existent, but that Ravens defense, I know they blew it, and I know Josh Allen carved them up for 265 yards. I still just look at that roster, and I think the Ravens are so fucking good. But I respect the Browns defense. It's only week 2. You did that to Joe Burrow. It's not like it's later in the week. It's a bad spot. It's this, it's that, a lot of injuries. I think it's going to be a dogfight for the Ravens, but I don't know if they get, the problem is if they get down big, I can't see the Browns coming back. You know what I'm saying? So like, all it takes is Baltimore to go down, get a touchdown, and then the Browns have a fumble or interception or something like that. If the Ravens get up, they're not giving that lead back again, back-to-back weeks. Disagree. Ravens are pissed. Sure. What was the Ravens' weakness? No pass rush, bad secondary, and there's something about Joe Flacco. Leaning Tillman yards.
There was no fucking real weakness, in my opinion, until the Ravens started playing like they already won the game. That was their weakness. And sadly, I'm a Harbaugh guy, but I think the weakness from the Ravens week 1 was coaching. Doesn't mean I'm fucking waving the flag to fire the guy like some Ravens fans seem to be. But yeah, I thought the weakness was awful fucking game plan after they got up big. Doesn't seem like Judkins is playing Jackson Sparks. He didn't even practice yesterday.
Oh, I thought somebody commented and said he was.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Slim Smith just got a Wawa ad, DGen. Oh, would you look at that? W Wawa, new sponsor. Let's do it. Make it happen. Make sure to tag them and hit them up. Let them know we're here. Although there's no Wawa in New York, which is unfortunate. Okay, let's keep moving. Next game on the slate. We don't have to spend too much time on this one, but I think I'd buy low on the 49ers on the road against New Orleans. No Brock Purdy. Man, the injury, the Niners can't catch a fucking break with the injury bug. And I'm not sitting here telling you that I feel bad for, Kyle Shanahan and a team that continues to find their way to the Super Bowl, but I sort of do, because it'd be fucking crazy if they just stayed healthy for an entire year right out of the gate. And you hate to see injuries to quarterbacks. It just takes away from the quality of the game. But how much movement did we see on New Orleans here? How much of an adjustment? I don't really know. All I'm seeing is 4.5 down to 3. What are you seeing, Steak?
I think I saw it 1.5 or 5.5, but I don't quote me.
Okay.
I would have said 4.5, but even that 4.5, you had to check it. And as soon as I check it, Purdy was questionable. So I think that initial line factored in he may not play. And there was
6.5.
You saying 0.5 and Greg saying Brody is going to make me pull my fucking hair.
Brody kind of works. Brock Purdy, Brody.
For the love of God, Steak, can you keep
cannot in any world compare Brody and 6.5. There isn't a world.
You don't think
Brody
saying
actually is a little bit of swagger. I'll give
as a sports bettor is bad?
Brody is insane.
Brody's awful, Greg, but this is just something you're going to continue to do. But 6.5 is like prime. Prime actually is better than that. He's saying nickel and dime. He's saying professional capper. You're not going to keep your head straight at all.
Do professional cappers say nickel and dime?
That like the old timers do. They say a nickel here, a dime
I like
here.
Nickel and dime.
I like it too. I like it too. 6.5 would be great. 6.5 sounds like we have like crayons and coloring books out here. I would buy low on the Niners, and I don't love Mac Jones as much as Steak does, but you guys are right. He is capable of getting in there and playing a little bit of quarterback. I have a lean in this game, and where is it? Oh, I want to look at the total. 42.5 down to 40. I don't disagree with that move. I actually heard that the Saints played a little bit better than most people expected. I can't believe Spencer Rattler threw the ball 46 times, but maybe you can believe it a little bit more when you think about Kellen Moore being their head coach. He's only going to be pass heavy. I think Robert Salah in this defense is going to be very good throughout the entire season. They were excellent against Sam Darnold and against the Seahawks on the road. Now they're coming to New Orleans. If you're that defense, I think you know that you just have to step up and win the Niners football games if they're going to be without their starting quarterback. And I don't necessarily think that there's panic. Like, you still have CMC. I think actually George Kittle might be banged up. I know they don't have Ayuk, so they really are hurting.
IR.
Who's on the IR?
George Kittle.
Oh, that's bad. Okay, that's real bad. Yeah, I love something Niners defense related, whether that's Saints team total under, lowest scoring team this year, Saints defense score a touchdown. I don't know, but I think that this team is going to go in there and take on the role of, all right, we'll go ahead and step up. We're down guys on offense, and I think they're going to put Spencer Rattler in the Saints offense in a really, really bad place. So something along those lines for me. Greg, what do you think about Saints Niners?
I'm playing the Niners. This is pretty simple for me. If you're going to keep rolling out Spencer Rattler, I'm going to keep fading. We're not going to get that many more opportunities in his career. I know they have a ton of injuries on offense. I haven't heard anything major on defense. So to that extent, I think Mac Jones can get enough done to get out of there comfortably.
Okay. Steak, you going to bet on your boy Mac Jones?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can't go into the offseason telling you that I think he's one of the best backups in the NFL and then refuse to bet him against the New Orleans Saints, right? That would make me a giant pussy. I'm going to share a crutch nugget because he said he wasn't going to make the stream today. The 49ers are set 17-1 to be the highest scoring team in the league in the NFL this week, higher than the Chiefs, Jags, Broncos, Steelers, way higher than these teams. I think that's kind of crazy when you think about it. I see Ramble said, I think this game soars for no reason. I'm sort of getting to there with the over on this game. And I also, DJen, really like your read on Niners defensive touchdown because I think that's a part of how we get to that over. Niners defensive touchdown I really like.
Yep.
Ooh, Spencer Rattler's due. Did he throw any picks last week?
Oh, that's a really good question.
That I don't know, but I know they didn't score on defense, the Cardinals.
Spencer Rattler's official stat line last week. No, he did not. 27-46, 214 yards, 1 sack. Kamara had 11 carries, 45 yards. That's crazy. 11 carries. I mean, they're down 17-10 in the first half. The second half of the game, the Cardinals only scored a field goal at 3-3 each way. Really died out. RIP if you had the under there because he had 27 in the first half. I guess we saw that from a couple games last week. The Eagles, Cowboys too, although there was a bit of a delay, so that kind of changes things a bit. All right, let's move on to another game. This one I'm excited to talk about because it's just fucking weird. Dolphins, 1-point favorite at home against the Patriots. What do we do with Miami if we do anything at all? Because I'm okay fading the Patriots. I said it all off season. I wanted to attack the Raiders. I'm not going to let mid-major Matt off the hook for talking me off. Just kidding. It's my responsibility. But my point is this, fading the hype with the Patriots. And a lot of people in this chat, I'll give them credit. Sharp chat. There was more people doubting the Patriots hype than buying into it. Is Drake May really the guy? Has he really proven to us that he's that good? I don't think so. Everybody's crowning him already as the next dude, franchise quarterback in New England. He played better than I thought he did. He was going to in the first year of his career. Vrabel's a good head coach, but is he going to come in there and flip a light switch and everything's going to be all dandy? No, I don't think so. They got some guys on defense that I think you got to respect and like long-term. And they got some pieces on offense, but Stephon Diggs, we've never been big Stephon Diggs guys. Booty is going to be their leading receiver. Travion Henderson is a nice player, but I am okay fading New England Patriots. But can I do it with the Miami Dolphins? How pathetic this team fucking is and how they looked. Now, one person said a positive thing about the Dolphins this offseason, and they proved them right. But it was week 1. If there is anywhere to overreact, you probably would say the Dolphins are dead. McDaniel's already fired. And I'm okay with that. I'm not trying to get cute or contrarian. But I simply, if I have to make a bet in this game, it would be Miami or nothing. And I hate that. I absolutely hate that. Steak, talk to me about the Dolphins Patriots.
So obviously, it's like sometimes you don't even have to say anything. I feel like the chat knows after watching the games last week that people like us would probably like Miami. And here's the truth. I see Straight Locks and Aloha saying they like New England. And I honestly get why, because I am having the thought process run through my head like, wait a second, is this like the new way of gambling? Is it so obvious a Miami bounce back at home after being the worst team in the NFL week 1? I mean, let's be honest. I don't think anyone's denying that the Dolphins had the worst performance in the NFL week 1, maybe by a large margin. Is it kind of obvious to bet this team on a bounce back going home? They still got Tua. They still got Tyreek Hill. They still have HN. They still have Jalen Waddle. And for me, there is a reason I like Miami, and it's because I think what I felt about New England going into the year was true. Drake May is still unexperienced and young and not a great quarterback yet. He has all the intangibles. I genuinely believe Drake May will be really good one day. I don't think he is right now. And then all the new pieces on defense. We said it. All the new pieces on the Patriots defense are good, but they need fucking time to gel. And then they need to get Christian Gonzalez back. So I have reasons, football reasons for liking Miami. But I don't know if I can get there. And I do respect what Aloha and Straight Locks are saying. Like, every capper will probably be on the Dolphins on Sunday.
Oh, really? That's what you think?
Yeah, but you what are you going to tell me right now?
I'm not going to tell you anything.
Well, you got a weird smirk on.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
You think they're going to be the court play?
I think they're going to be the sharp capper play. Yeah.
There are always those games. And I'll give you a perfect example. I'll never forget when I liked the Dolphins, my best bet last year on the road in Seattle with Skylar Thompson. And I was like, oh, I'm going to be the fucking guy on an island with a backup quarterback in the Dolphins who's not really that good in Seattle, tough place to play. And I remember looking at it and every single fucking person was on the Dolphins too. And we lost. You might be onto something. You might be onto something with the fact that nobody will be on the Patriots here. Juice LMP says, let's go Patriots. Yeah. By the way, guys, if you're watching in Twitter, we're packed in Twitch and YouTube. Come on over. Join everybody. I'm going to shut it down on Twitter. Come over, watch an ad, help us monetize. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't see why not.
130 in Twitch, 60 in YouTube. We're lit.
Yeah, we're popping. We're popping right now. This is great. Okay. Greg, what do you think about this? Good point on that note. Aloha and steak.
I could not be a harder pass on this game.
Fair.
I can sell myself on either side. This is one I'm happy to just sit back and not bet. However, and I did this in real time, so I might be off a game or two. Give me a break.
Fine.
Since 2013, that's going back a ways. How many times did the Patriots win in Miami?
Oh, boy. Yeah, you're on to something here. They're not good.
2.
They're not good in Miami.
2. Exactly right. They always tend to struggle when they go to Miami. And maybe it's, they just that heat and humidity that you're not used to in New England. You go down there in September and it smacks you in the face. So that fact really wants me to take the Dolphins, but I bet the Dolphins last week. Shame on you, Steak. Shame on me. I listened.
Shame on me.
I like them too. I
make my own grown-up decisions. I'm not blaming you. I'm blaming me.
Yep.
I'm blaming everybody, but I just can't bet them again. I just can't bet them again.
Yep.
I totally understand. I fully respect your decision.
But that stat has to stick out in your mind of they always struggle in Miami. It's just one of those divisional games.
This is hilarious. It's not similar to broccolini. Colin Dank is so far behind.
I love that.
KDX, by the way, I appreciate you guys. Bad guy over here. Like and subscribe to stream. We do appreciate you guys doing that. Thank you, everybody over here hanging out. We do have a couple fantasy questions in TikTok. Let's get to Dylan Sampson or Olave.
Dylan Sampson, if Judge doesn't play, you can't fucking play this guy Chris Olave anymore, dude.
Somebody said trade Evans and Henry for Gibbs and London. That's stupid.
Yes.
Stop doing
That's
this.
the dumb.
Stop.
Again, I'm not acknowledging these no-brainer trades anymore.
You just did.
I know. I'm done. I'm sorry. I need to read it through, proof it, and then say it. Devontae or Jacoby this week? That's a good one.
Jacoby.
Devontae.
Somebody said
if you got to ask a Twitch streamer who to start in fantasy or what trade to make, just make the trade. It's fun. So why not?
Someone said your beard is shaped up wrong, bud. Okay. All right. That's good enough for now. Let's get back to it. That's fun. Okay. Samson, anytime touchdown feeds. Yeah. Olave is made of glass. Yeah. No shit. Hollywood Brown or Jameson Williams. Oh, that's actually a good one.
It is a good one. It's tough because of the volume. I think Hollywood Brown's gonna have. But honestly, I might go with Hollywood.
Hollywood's gonna have more volume, but you don't think Jameson Williams is gonna score on a fun play right in fucking Ben Johnson's face?
Yeah, dude, I'm here. I'm with you. Nobody loves Jameson Williams more than me.
All right, last one: Fields or Kyler?
Kyler plays the Panthers. I'll go with Kyler.
Yeah, I got to go with Kyler. That Panthers
That's
defense
kind of a no-brainer.
Okay, here we go. I think that this is sneakily one of the games of the weekend. Sneakily. You know which one I'm going to say?
Jags, Bengals.
No.
Oh.
Steelers, Seahawks.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is a great game. And this is another one I feel so good about. And I hate how good I feel about it because I feel like I'm going to get fucking duped again. I like the Seahawks, man. and this is no Steelers hate. This really is not Steelers hate. The Steelers, I'm not going to say they impressed me because their defense was putrid, but I still give a little bit more credit to the Jets offense. Fields had to make throws, and he made them. They ran well, they blocked well. But the Steelers defense, Steelers were up in that game 31-26, defense on the field, make a stop, win the game, be the Steelers. They weren't. They didn't even make them struggle. Scary, concerning. However, I do respect the Seahawks defense. I respect Mike McDonald as a defensive coordinator. And I think what I wanted to do here is sell that Aaron Rodgers win. Sell that high. Not long-term, but immediately after. But I have my concerns. Rodgers, instead, what that could do is instead of him being like a letdown, it could ignite something. Let's be honest. To try to play it both ways here, It could ignite something. He had 4 touchdown passes. He looked old at times, but he looked vintage Rodgers at times. Throwing a fucking Calvin Austin and Ben Skowronek. Jonnu Smith got involved. So I heard a guy on Visa in Sal Paolatonio saying that him and Arthur Smith might be a good match. Smith does kind of make things easy and simple. Maybe that's what you want for Rodgers, I don't love the Seahawks offense. I don't love Sam Darnold necessarily. You got the DK Metcalf revenge game. It should be a good one. I like the under, and I like the Seahawks. We'll switch it up here. Steak, what do you think about this game?
I think we should absolutely have Greg go first.
Okay, Greg. Greg, you're a Steelers fan in case people don't know.
Steelers fan. The Steelers just had their worst defensive performance in recent. I also can't remember the last time the Steelers won a game where the opponent scored 30 points. That to me, that never happened for the last 4 or 5 years since Ben started to get really old.
Mm-hmm.
If the Steelers needed a bounce back on defense, you can't ask for a much worse offensive line than the Seahawks, which is nice. And you get Darnold, nothing close to Fields in terms of mobility. So I like that angle. I like the under, but you're right. The Steelers are riding high. Rodgers had that game circled and he was fired up. 2.5 at home is a little frisky. I don't like where the line said for the Steelers' chances. I'll probably lay off. My biggest lean would likely be towards the under.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, really, it all comes down to if the Steelers need a defensive bounce back, what they absolutely do. You can't ask for anything much better than the Seahawks, right? I mean, you got a good enough secondary. Maybe Joey Porter can shut down JSN. And what other weapons do you have if you're Seattle?
Check out the most popular market on Pick'It. By the way, we always say this. Pick'It has sharp users. People making their bets earlier in the week are a little bit sharper than people making their bets on Sunday morning. But Pitt money line as of right now, most popular wager. DK Metcalf, anytime touchdown score. People can't wait for that. Is by far the most popular prop. And then after that, it's Aaron Rodgers over touchdown passes. Yeah, look, the totals, the Pick'It splits say this is pretty even. I think that's kind of interesting. If anything, I would say this is a more obvious under, but I would lean into it. I'm okay with that. Those hit. I like the obvious under, and I still can't help but think I lean Seattle. But I definitely, if I'm going to be kicking myself, it's betting against a Rodgers who might have some confidence. And you said it, Greg. It would be so New York Jets if Rodgers leaves New York and starts playing well, and the Seahawks do find success. Steak. Give me your thoughts.
All right. I'll be the guy. I like the Pittsburgh Steelers. Absolutely miss me with the Seattle Seahawks. I'm scared. I see Ramble said they like Seahawks. You like Seahawks. That worries me, obviously. I think the Seahawks are bad, and I'm going to stand on business with the fucking Seattle Seahawks being bad. Sam Darnold having 150 yards and 124 of them being to JSN is a huge problem. This team has no weapons. They have no weapons. Everybody's arguing who's better, Kenneth Walker or Zach Charbonnet. I kind of think they both suck, and the offensive line's really bad. And I saw what somebody just said in the chat. Derek Harmon's injured. Cam Hayward's negotiating a contract. I don't give a fuck. They have TJ Watt against this awful offensive line, and I think he's going to dominate them. I agree with everything you guys said about the under. This game reeks of Pittsburgh Steelers defensive bounce back for me. And I just don't see how you can back Sam Darnold, man. He had 150 yards in the game-sealing turnover, and he's had 26 yards completed to anybody on the team not named JSN. I'm just fading this fucking guy. I think he stinks.
Two things worth noting, right? Rodgers threw 4 touchdowns. None of them went to DK. TJ Watt didn't have a sack. I could see both of those reversing course.
Yeah. And you know what I like about buying a Steelers bounce back now that you mention it? all they're talking about on Twitter is how dominant the Jets offensive line was. And you're seeing clips of TJ Watt getting stuffed by a rookie tackle.
That guy's about to be a popular dude. If he keeps playing that way, they will be talking crazy about him very soon.
Sure.
I mean, really, just from the Steelers' perspective, do you see Seattle and Sam Darnold going into Pittsburgh and winning?
No, and Greg, that's well said. And I actually mentioned that yesterday. I have a hard time just seeing certain players winning in certain atmospheres, but I do have to remember I was wrong because I was dead wrong. I said Daniel Jones was not going into Cleveland and winning a football game, and they fucking won last year.
I want to be clear though. I see the Seahawks team going into anywhere and beating anyone. It's Sam Darnold for me that I don't see doing that.
I agree. I mean, I will say this too. If I like the Steelers, I think it makes me like the under even more because then I really don't like the Seahawks to score at all, like 10 tops. And then on the Steelers side, give me 24, so that's an under game.
And the other thing too, I mean, Mike McDonald, Seahawks head coach, was the Ravens DC for years. So Pittsburgh's pretty familiar with his schemes.
Yep. Okay. Good stuff. By the way, just a reminder, we are loving the turnout today, guys. You're awesome. Thank you for the support. Glad Greg can make it. Make sure if you're in Twitch right now, follow the page. Appreciate all you guys subscribing. If you are on YouTube right now, make sure you're subscribed to the page and like the stream. It helps the algorithm. Let's get to a couple fantasy questions real quick. Loveland or Harold Fannin? Harold Fannon's a popular guy. Colston Loveland in a bounce back?
I'm rolling with Harold Fannin, dude. Harold Fannin making a point to get this guy involved. Harold Fannin's going to be a household name pretty soon.
Hand up, I don't know who Harold Fannin is.
That's okay.
I don't know.
He went to the Browns.
Yeah, he went to Bowling Green. He set all kinds of records.
Right? I know who you're talking about now. Yeah.
Pacheco or Kenneth Walker?
Kenneth Walker.
That sucks.
Do you have anybody else you can play?
I'm not a fantasy guru.
Here's a good one.
The one thing with Kenneth Walker that you can already see develop in Seattle is whoever just had the good game, go to the other one. Charbonnet just had a better game. He scored a touchdown. It's going to be Kenneth Walker. The next week it'll be Charbonnet, and you're just going to be guessing wrong every week.
I don't disagree with you there.
Drake May or Joe Burrow? It's got to be Burrow, right?
If you start Drake May over Joe Burrow, there's no hope for you.
Sorry, Kiernan. Yeah,
that is a bold take to stand on.
Shakir or Olave?
Shakir.
Dak or Love? That's a good one.
Actually, I love those guys too. I'm starting Dak. So Dak threw some nice balls. Dak looked good. He didn't get the help he needed. He was against a very good. What?
All right, some guy randomly just said Pirates. I swear somebody just said Pirates. It's very funny. Okay. All right, good stuff. Let's keep moving. Yeah, I thought Dak looked great.
200 people in here combined, YouTube, Twitch. I can't get over that. That's crazy.
That's awesome. Yeah, we're rolling today. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you again. Okay. Let's talk about we're still in the 1 o'clock slate. We got a couple more games. Let's talk. These are some fun ones. These next three. These are really, really fun.
Detroit. It's a really nice board.
Yeah. Greg, I might be in town, by the way. I don't know what you're doing Sunday, but I'd love to watch some ball if you're
I have a 2-year-old swim lesson until 11:30, and after that I am free.
Okay. All right. I'll see
you. But if you've not watched 8 2-year-olds try and swim in a pool together, it is awesome.
I'll bring a 6-pack and I'll meet you at 11.
Actually, it's a heated pool, which is huge. Because I have to be in there with her, obviously.
I was just going to say.
You said you're going to get drunk at the kids' swim lesson?
Is that what I said? I said I'll bring a 6-pack.
You can set some wagers.
What am I going to do? Stand there with my fucking arms crossed? Of course I'm going to bring a beer if I'm doing anything. Anyways, DJen, bring your pool shirt.
There were no pool shirts, DJen, just a heads up.
If it's indoors, I don't need a shirt because it's to protect me from the sun. I'm not saying it again. Nobody likes getting sunburned. DJen would bring glass bottles too. Absolutely not. You're out of your mind. I would bring a can because I think things through. Fucking hell. All right. Anyways, let's get back to the board. Seriously.
Let's move on, Peepaw.
I made a video. By the way, it's so funny. Sometimes when you make videos, they do really well on Twitter. They're a dud on TikTok. Or they do really well on TikTok. They're a dud on Twitter. This video is going nuts on TikTok, and everybody's chiming in, which I love it because it's the way I like to do it. I like to see the responses. I like to see the comments. I talked about how we are in a once-in-a-lifetime situation as a sports bettor to either buy into Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense after what they just did, or buy into the Detroit Lions and their offense after their loss in Green Bay, revenge game against Ben Johnson, home opener against Chicago Bears. The Lions are 6-point favorites. The total is 5.5 or 6. The total is 46.5 or 47. I have a lot of thoughts, and I don't want to hog up the microphone and take up all the talking points. So I'm going to go last. We're really going to switch it up. Steak, you can start first here. We'll go to Greg, then we'll go to me. What do you think about Lions Bears?
Yeah, I'm a good person to start first because I probably have the least opinions on this game. I wasn't that upset with the Lions' performance. I saw some, not Kev, not the guys in the community, but random Lions fans on Twitter going absolutely insane. I think the Packers were due for this win, and in hindsight, it's not surprising at all that they won this game. And I'm a little bit of an idiot for thinking that the Lions would just be full go without both their coordinators, so that's on me. I expected a little too much from the Lions too early. With that being said, I think the Detroit Lions are absolutely fine. I think they're absolutely fine, and I think the Green Bay Packers are really good, a really, really good elite football team with the addition of Micah Parsons, and nothing is surprising about how that game went. I think it will be much more competitive when these two teams play again in Detroit, but I'm sure a lot of people feel that way. The Bears concern me. The Bears started off with a scripted drive for Caleb Williams. It was beautiful. He started off 10 for 10, couldn't have had a better start. Ben Johnson, in my opinion, made numerous boneheaded decisions. Caleb Williams fell apart, and I just have a lot of concerns about how this season is going to go for the Chicago Bears after that performance. So, yeah, I don't know what to like here, but as a team, I like the Lions coming off a bad loss much more than I think I like the Chicago Bears.
Greg?
I'm with you on that. You want the team with more grit. You want the team with more of a chip on the shoulder, and that's absolutely the Lions. You want the team who's used to winning, coming off of getting embarrassed in a divisional game. For me, you said I got to pick one. This is a no-brainer to go with the Lions. You get the Bears off a short week. Caleb Johnson is just
Caleb Williams.
I got every game quarterback mixed up. But either way, it's just I see this being a game where as soon as it's over, it was like, oh yeah, the Lions are fine. The Lions are fine. And maybe I'm buying in too early. Maybe it takes them the whole month of September to get it figured out with these coordinators. But I'd much rather buy them early than buy the Bengals, because the Bengals are notorious for sleeping through September.
Yeah. Well said. And you know what? A lot of people brought that up. They were like, I'm going with the Lions here. You know, the Bengals, look at the Bengals week first two games record the past couple of years are like 1-10 or something. I get it. I'm not favoring a side all that much. We'll talk about the Bengals in a minute, but I went back and I watched that game this morning, the condensed version, every play of the Lions and Packers. And I have the Lions.
I love those.
I love them. Yeah. And I have an NFL premium subscription, not PFF if you guys ever want to use it. But anyways, I was at dinner. I was following on my phone and I was just like, oh my God, the Packers went up and they never looked back. I thought it was an absolute fucking just beatdown, manhandling. But I went back and I watched the tape. And I got to tell you, I mean, Steak, you said it, and you're right. It wasn't all that bad for the Detroit Lions. They responded really well. I mean, the Packers had a great first drive and an excellent first quarter. They went up 10-0, but the Lions adjusted well and responded well, and they stopped the bleeding, especially in the second half. They forced, I believe it was 2 or 3 consecutive 3-and-outs for the Packers. For the way that game started, you wouldn't think they'd be stopping anything. Love ended the game with 16-22, 188 yards, 2 touchdowns. He played a very clean game. He didn't get sacked, and he didn't throw an interception. I will tell you this. He looked great in the pocket, and that offensive line for the Packers looked really good. So these are the things we don't know. Good offensive line for the Packers or bad defensive pressure from the Lions. On the flip side, the biggest concern was the offensive line for the Lions. Not only for protecting Goff. Goff got sacked 4 times. He ended the game 31-39, 225. But they couldn't get anything going in the run game. Nothing. Montgomery, 11 for 25. Gibbs, 9 for 19. Overall, 22 rushes for 46 yards, 2 yards per carry. Bad offensive line.
That's the most shocking thing about this Lions team by far.
Bad offensive line or good defensive pressure for the Packers. We do not know. I'll tell you this, man. The Packers defense was buzzing. They were absolutely buzzing. But the Lions, they at least put some really good, long, methodical drives together, which typical Lions fashion. No real big plays. They tried a couple of trick stuff. It got sniffed out. It didn't work, mainly from the pressure. But overall, I think there is no reason to panic for the Detroit Lions. I thought there was when I was just following the game. After watching the game, I think they're going to be totally fine. Flip side with the Chicago Bears, I am out on Caleb Williams. I made a video. I'm not going to talk about it again. He's not there. He's not confident. He's not comfortable in the pocket. He freaks out. He can run. He does run, but he plays like a video game. He plays like he's in college, and he's not anymore. So miss me with the played a good game bullshit against the Vikings. He played a patty cake game. He played a very, very easy game, which almost won because the defense played so well for 3 quarters, but it didn't. The fact that they didn't win that game is embarrassing for Caleb Williams. I'll give him a little bit of a pass because it's game 1 in the Ben Johnson regime, but I'm out on Caleb Williams. I love the Detroit Lions here. How do you play the Detroit Lions? Is it their team total? The highest scoring team? Is it a prop? Is it passing yards? Or is it just a spread? That's my last question. Then we'll move on.
Steak, you want to go?
I'm not playing the game.
Oh, I'm playing the Lions. I think you need to bounce back on offense and defense. I'm not getting cute picking one of them to excel. I just think they go out and get it done. The other thing too with the Lions, there was so much conversation around both coordinators leaving that Frank Ragnow's retirement just kind of got swept under the run, and losing one of the best centers in the league, you see it. You can blame it on the play calling. Losing one of the best centers in the league absolutely impacted your ability to run the ball. So that's a big concern. This doesn't surprise me too much because the Bears do suck, but I don't like seeing that much money. I like seeing the bets and tickets, but
yeah, no, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. That's to be expected. I think that's to be expected. If you were to tell me 7 out of 10 people like the Lions this week, it's not going to shock me.
Not at all.
Pikachu says JMO. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the next game. Here's the other one. Bengals off of that, surviving a scare and a win against Cleveland, 6 yards in the second half. Unbelievable. They're 3.5 at home. I thought they opened 3. I think they opened 3. It's up to 3.5. I could be wrong. Maybe it was 3.5. Total 49.5 down to 48.5 or 49. It's a higher total in an early young season where we've seen a lot of unders when you're kind of touching 50. I don't really know what people make of that Jags-Panthers game. It was really hard to take away anything because it was delayed. You kind of stopped watching it. You forgot it existed. You know, Panthers really bad or Jags offense looked pretty good. Steak brought up a great point that it showed that PFF had Bryce Young playing a better game than Trevor Lawrence, which I thought was kind of interesting because the Panthers had 3 points the entire game. The Jags ended with 26. All I can think here is buying in on the Bengals after what they just did in Cleveland. I'll make it that easy. And I'm not a big believer in the Jags defense. I'm not even a big believer in Liam Cohen. I like what Josh Hines-Allen tweeted yesterday. I looked at his tweets. He said after the win, he said, big win or something, loved it. And he said, this team's going to be special. Overreaction? Or are they feeling good? Are they liking each other? Could the Jags be a sneaky team? I'll tell you right now, the Jags are either winning or they're getting blown the fuck out. I don't think it's going to be a 3-point game. Steak, what do you think?
I don't care how square it is. I like that over a lot. I'm expecting, and I do think the Jags need to bounce back on offense. That's the funny thing about this game, and that's my takeaway forward from this game is that ETN is the only one who looked good.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence had under 200 yards and an interception. Brian Thomas had 1 catch for 11 yards. And yes, Travis Hunter had 6 catches, which is good for a rookie, but 6 catches for 33 yards. They're trying to get you involved, which I respect. I'd try to get your number 2 overall pick involved too, but I'm not overly impressed by 6 catches for 33 yards. So the entire offense, with the exception of Travis Etienne, needs a bounce back, and I think they're going to get it. I do lean the Jags. I was impressed, and I am obviously not Vic lapping the Panthers, but I do think that the Panthers stink. I do think I'm right about that. I think they're very bad, and the Jags looked great on defense. They had a pick 6 overturned, so it could have been way worse. Like, that's the thing is they had a Chuba Hubbard garbage time touchdown, but the score could have been like 33-3, bro.
Mhm.
And
Couldn't have been worse than
that's-
that with all the field goals Jacksonville kicked.
Yeah, exactly. Because Trevor Lawrence didn't look that good.
Mhm.
And that was what I have my buddy Tim, who DJ knows, is one of the biggest Jags fans ever. He's at the game. He goes to like every game, and he said it. He's like, Trevor Lawrence missed a lot of throws.
Mhm.
Yeah. As I get closer to game time, I like the over 48.5. That's my favorite play in this game.
Greg?
I don't hate that over. I think that over is a good look. I'm laying off of this one.
Okay.
I do think it could be the Bengals, but it would not shock me if the Jags came in there and won. You could see a little bit of momentum building in Jacksonville, and I like the comparison from Cohen to I'm drawing a blank on the Eagles, Sirianni, of being a dork in your initial press conference and then coming out and playing good football. But for me, this is a pretty hard pass.
That's fair. Cade, let me answer your question. The Cincinnati Bengals, that's who. Cincinnati Bengals. That's who he'll be good against.
Well, I will say the Bengals with Al Golden involved could be a better defensive unit this year. And I'm not saying the Browns are a great offense by any means, but like the Browns got nothing against them. They just chipped away and chipped away.
Yeah, but that's 300 yards passing.
Yeah, the Browns.
True.
I mean, if it wasn't for 2 turnovers from wide receiver drops,
no, you're right.
You'd be singing a very different song about the Bengals D.
You're right. I think that from what I saw, the Bengals didn't really give up any big plays. It was like very cheap, short, underneath stuff, and the Browns just kept taking it, Browns clamped cheeks. Yep. Browns held Burrow to 123 passing yards. Yep. Browns dominated and had 2 bad picks. Right. What are we saying? The Browns clamped cheeks. That's Stefanski. Well, I'm just saying, I guess for the most part, how many offensive touchdowns did the Cleveland Browns score?
Making Peepaw say Browns clamp cheeks is fucking amazing.
So, they scored 2 touchdowns? Is that right? No, that can't be right. They had 16 points. Or did they miss an extra point? Oh my God, they missed an extra point, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. And they missed a field goal. They might have missed 2 field goals.
Cleveland.
I don't know, man. Here's the thing. I'm not trying to take away anything from the Browns, and I'm not trying to give anything to the Cincinnati Bengals, but Browns blew the game literally. Yes, I understand that. I guess what I'm trying to talk about here is the Cincinnati Bengals defense. Think about being a defensive unit. You're on the field that much on the road, and your offense does absolutely nothing in the second half. Nothing. And you still only hold them to 16 points. That's good.
I guess if you throw in some missed field goals and the fact that the Browns were trotting a bunch of rookies out there, I'm not going to give them any helmet stickers or anything like that.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Yeah, 36 minutes the Browns had the ball compared to 24 for the Bengals. Should be interesting, but I can't get there with anything positive about the Jags just yet after one game against the Browns or against the Panthers. It would be Bengals or nothing for me. All right, let's we just pick up tempo and pace a little bit. It's 11:33. Dallas and the Giants. I'll make this one short and sweet. I fucking hate Russell Wilson. I think he stinks. I understand that I want to give credit to the Washington Commanders defense. I thought Dak looked great. I thought the Cowboys looked really good. I'm not saying the Cowboys are going to be good. By no means am I saying like I'm running and putting in a ticket on anything. I've Dak to lead league in passing. I hope that cashes. Going to need CeeDee Lamb to not drop fucking beautiful dimes right in his knapsack, whatever you call it. But I think the passing game is going to be fine. I think Javonte Williams looked good. I think the offensive line looked better than expected. I got no reason to believe that Cowboys can't find success on offense. However, it is kind of one of those spots where there's going to be a dog that maybe the Giants could be where they bark and they bite a little bit and you don't expect it. They're pretty trendy against the Commanders. Back-to-back division games. Is anybody going to take the Giants now? I don't know. Steak, you're licking your fucking chops. What do you have to say about this game? Go ahead.
I'm so fucking tired of these fucking Cowboy truthers. They're exhausting. Dak looked good. Dak had 188 passing yards.
He did look good.
He had 3 points. No, he had 0 points in the second half, dude. Oh, CeeDee Lamb dropped a bunch of balls. You know who else dropped the ball? Terry and Arnold. The easiest interception he'll ever have in his life way before CeeDee Lamb had any of those drops, because that's what Dak does in crunch time. He scores 0 fucking points and he throws the ball to the other team. That's what Dak does. You lost a game where Jalen Hurts had 150 yards passing and Saquon Barkley averaged 3.3 yards per carry, and your best defensive player spit on the quarterback and got kicked out of the game. And everybody's like, oh my God, dude, let's give the fucking Cowboys a participation trophy for almost beating the Eagles, because that's your fucking goal now as a Cowboys fan, to almost fucking beat the Eagles. The fucking Cowboys suck. They're ass. And now Deron Bland is out, and everybody wants to believe these guys are good, and they're just fucking not. Javonte Williams had 2 one-yard touchdowns. If you take that away, he had 16 carries for 15 yards. Dak had under 200 yards fucking passing, and George Pickens did a whole bunch of dick. Fuck the Cowboys. Give me the Giants +6.
Great rant, by the way, even though I don't entirely disagree with it. I think it's interesting how you just kind of downplay. You say, oh, Jalen Hurts had 152 yards passing, and you talk about the Cowboys scoring 0 points in the second half, but the Eagles scored 3 points. Yeah. Somebody had to stop Jalen Hurts from not throwing more than 152 yards. Somebody had to stop Saquon Barkley from not running for a bajillion yards. No credit to the Cowboys there?
Cowboys defense?
That's what you want to prop them.
Is that what you're excited about with this team?
You don't think the Cowboys...
You want to get excited about the Cowboys defense without Micah Parsons and Deron Bland because they held the Eagles to 24? Go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. You're right. That was the more impressive unit on the night, and that's what's actually kind of funny is no one saying that. But you're correct. The Cowboys defense, in my opinion, was actually more impressive than the Cowboys offense, but nobody's saying that. But do I think it means they're good? No, not at all.
You were at the game. You saw it up close and personal. Your takeaway was not that you don't think anything the Cowboys did was somewhat impressive.
My takeaway was that bad teams lose games where they outplayed their opponent. And that's what the Cowboys did. They did outplay the Eagles technically, if you want to be technical, and they still lost. And that's what bad teams do. Just like the Cleveland Browns outplayed the Cincinnati Bengals, but they lost.
Sure.
That's what bad teams do.
Sure. Okay. DJ got Dallas D in fantasy. No, I have the Bills. I'm not trying to make any excuses or play nice to the Dallas Cowboys. Let me just be very clear. I just thought Dak Prescott played a really good game for the most part. But that's okay if you have a different opinion.
Touchdown and he had under 200 yards. I just don't know what we're doing. And I'm not calling you out. It's everyone was doing that. Oh, Dak looked great. He looked great. He had 0 touchdowns and under 200 yards passing. What did you see? I don't understand.
Well, you did mention Javonte Williams did vulture 2 touchdowns. I think if you're looking at Dak, that was a very good game for Dak Prescott.
You're an 8.5 dog on the road against the Super Bowl champs.
They're in trouble.
I'm not here to tell you that they're not in trouble, but nobody, except from fucking idiot Sandy, is even talking positively about
the true, bro. That's not true. People were
excited about that. There's a little bit.
Before he threw the dots to CeeDee Lamb, you guys are all correct. CeeDee Lamb had some bad drops. Before that happened, he threw a ball literally to fucking Terry and Arnold's hands. So if you're going to cry about drops, you also cry about a dropped interception. Otherwise, you can't cry at all. That's the rule.
But let's be clear. Every quarterback throws a dropped interception from time to time.
Okay, cool. Then every wide receiver drops a pass from time to time. Can't talk about one without talking about the other.
Fine. I mean, the Lions dropped a terrible interception.
You see what we're doing, though? You see what we're doing?
So do you think, I got one thing because we're getting really into.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying I got one thing because we're getting really in the trenches. I don't have a play on this, but Steak, you just read off all the Eagles' shitty stats. The one thing that the Eagles did that was a difference in the game was Hurts rushed for 60 yards and 2 touchdowns. Yes. Russell Wilson's not doing that.
No. Dude, he was kind of doing a little bit of that against the Commanders.
He's going to run, man. He can run a concussion and drop the ball. Nobody does that like Russell Wilson. It's just not. So that would be the reason I like the Cowboys here. I'm still a believer in Dak, but I think he looked for Dak about as good as Dak can look. He had some things go his way that should have, or not the other way, like you said with the drop pick. I didn't realize that. because I went to bed after the rain delay. It's wild that you stayed at the stadium. Dude, I can't imagine how quick DGen would have been out of there when they announced that kind of delay.
I had I started kicking back drinks.
Well, what do you do in that situation, DGen? Because then you're in the traffic. You're leaving early and you're getting the traffic. It's the worst of both worlds. Do you stay with Steak?
I think everybody was probably staying at the game, weren't they?
Yeah.
20%, I'd say, of people left.
Oh, all right. You beat the traffic then.
It was a little early. Look, at the end of the day, I think the Eagles defense played a really good second half, but I'm not trying to take away from Dak not being as good. I just think for a team that going in there, you're talking about people hyping up the Cowboys and getting excited about the Cowboys. That's after this performance. Before that game, nobody liked the Dallas Cowboys.
No,
but you're right.
You're right, too. That is after this performance. That's what I'm saying.
People took them.
Cowboys get an extra 3 days to prepare.
I would say be wary of teams that people get excited about after they lose.
Very, very fair take. I'm not coming here to tell you I'm betting the Cowboys. I'm not here to tell you that I like the Dallas Cowboys. I thought the Cowboys played a better game than I expected on offense and on defense. That's what I thought. If you have a difference of opinion, especially if you're up there, I have no choice but to respect it. I just think that the Eagles, as I watch that game, are a very, very good team, and they are a really hard team to stop. A really hard team to stop, especially with how Jalen Hurts was moving with his legs. But this is going to be it right here. I mean, the Cowboys have to go out there and they have to beat the New York Giants. They have to. So, Steak, let me ask you this. Given your opinion, are you going to take the Giants?
I might. Yeah, I might. And real quick, just last thing to address, because Wolfie Weston said it seems like Steak is a Cowboys hater. I am a Cowboys hater. I admit that for sure. And I'll be here if they win a bunch of games and admit I was wrong. But as it stands right now, nothing I just said was untrue.
No one's here taking the Cowboys against the Bills or the Ravens here, Steak. We're talking about the Giants. Well, he sounds like he's standing on business.
Yeah, and I'm taking the Giants.
Yep. Okay. Somebody in TikTok says that's valid and makes sense. Another guy says Giants Cowboys over. Who's running to back the Giants to score points after they only put up 3? Well, they did put up 6, but I hear you. First of all, that's Quinyon Mitchell, and Lamb slipped out of his break on that throw. He had under 200 yards because of drop.
It was Quinyon Mitchell. I apologize. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking saying Terranauta. I get those two confused all the time.
I do that too.
It's okay. Every time something happens with the Dak, we got an excuse lined up. That's how we win games. Excuses.
I'm with you on the excuses. However, after watching him, I kind of think that this is the time it's a little bit more justified.
It was very justified with the CD Lamb drop. It was so justified. It was a horrible drop. I don't think I ever could have been convinced that CD Lamb would drop that ball.
Yeah. Yep. And then he had another chance to make a play after, and he didn't make the play. It wasn't the best throw, but it was still a diving catch, and he didn't get it. All right. I think we've talked enough about this game. Good stuff. We do have 6 more. Let's pick up tempo and pace. Another great one. This slate fucking rules. I think I'm going to watch football all day. Colts 2.5 at home against the Broncos. This is impossible for me to land on. Impossible. Because I can't bet on Daniel Jones after one of the best games we've seen Daniel Jones play. And I don't know if I can fade the Denver Broncos. No. Let me say this. I don't know if I can bet on the Denver Broncos when I consider them to be my top regression candidate in the NFL. And Bo Nix did exactly what I thought Bo Nix would do. Threw 2 picks, looked terrible at home against the Tennessee Titans defense. We just saw what the Colts defense did to the Miami Dolphins. Fluky? I don't know. More about the Dolphins, more about the Colts. This is what we don't know early NFL season. But when you make your wagers, you're taking your stand. If you think that was more to do about Bo Nix regressing and the Colts defense being good, you better get in there and bet the fucking Colts. If you think Daniel Jones is a good player behind this offensive line and with Shane Steichen, this is where you nuck if you buck and you put your money behind the Colts. I don't know if I can do it because I've been a long-time Danny Jones hater. But I would not be betting the Broncos here. It'd be Colts or nothing for me. Total's 42. Greg, was it breaking news or something?
I just looked at the picket splits on this game and I was relatively shocked. But it does make a little more sense when you look at the money line because it's such a tight spread. I'm assuming you're pulling them up. That's why I'm pausing.
Yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah, a lot of Colts action on the spread and even on the money line. A lot of money on the under.
Yeah, this seems like such a dead under, but I will be in the camp of I don't see Danny Dimes repeating this performance against the best defense. And I think a lot of people are out there saying Nick sucks. You know what? Nick's threw 3 picks in his debut last year. Week 1, he threw 3 picks. I had him to lead all rookies in INTs. That was a great start, and he held the lead all year. I think they might have put too much on his plate. I think they dial it back a little bit. I would be very surprised if the Colts win this game. Very surprised.
You just think the Broncos are a better team?
I just think the Broncos are a better team through and through. Yeah. I'm not a Bo Nix truther by any means. No matter how he turns out in his career, I think it's better than Daniel Jones. And he's got a better defense. I get that it's on the road. There's also some emotion in that first Colts opener with Irsay passing away.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. I'm just such a big believer in this Broncos D, and I get Daniel Jones, who they're getting thrown to him. So I get to take it.
Yeah, I agree. I can't buy Daniel Jones.
But there are some Daniel Jones people out there.
Sure.
You want a playoff game.
No, there's Daniel Jones people out there, but more like Daniel Jones people willing to take him against the Dolphins and dying fucking Mike McDaniel and Tyreek Hill. But do I think the Daniel Jones people are comfortable taking him against this Broncos defense?
You just saw the splits.
Yeah, I have my theories about Pickett users, man. I have my theories about Pickett users.
Yeah, I think he said last week being the opener, it was emotional because it was Jim Irsay, I think. Greg, sometimes people correct you. I'm just wondering if you made a mistake.
Colts opener they played. Yeah, that's what I mean. Last week was more emotional because they opened the for Irsay, all that stuff that ties into it. Yep. You heard about his daughter too?
She's Irsay's like involved in calling the plays or something? Or
she's on the sideline with like covering her mouth with a headset on because she basically said when somebody fucks up, she wants to know whose problem it is. I think that puts a lot of pressure on everybody.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Steak, what's your take? Oh, we have officially, guys, by the way, real quick, officially over 200 live viewers right now. 138 in Twitch, 64 in YouTube. Give yourselves a round of applause. W, thank you very much.
Good for you on that quick math. It's not an easy one to know is over 200 off the gate.
Well, Greg, I hate to admit this. There is a total number as well.
Oh, okay.
But I am good in math. The only thing, it's my only strong suit when it comes to school subjects. All right, let's appreciate.
Let me give you my take.
That's what. Yeah, I want to get to you.
I asked myself at the end of the game when I saw that the Colts were playing the Broncos, what was more likely, that Bo Nix is really this guy or that Daniel Jones is really this guy? And I landed on Bo Nix being this guy, as in I don't think Bo Nix is that good. And I don't think there's really any reason or excuse that Bo Nix shouldn't have had a good day at home against the Titans. So I'm going to lean into that. I do lean the Colts, but I think I would almost want to square up more and take the under.
Totally with you. Aloha Bet's giving out subs. We appreciate that. Aloha. I'm totally with you. You know what I hate though? There's always those fucking games every week where it's like, I don't see how points are scored and then points are scored. One of those, like, okay, let's actually, we'll wait and go back, but there's absolutely that game on the schedule here, whether it's Saints Niners.
Yeah, that's it.
Is that it?
Yeah, dude.
It goes over.
And you got to be taking Niners props left and right if you think that's it, right?
I'm a massive Ricky Pearsall guy this week.
Okay. Yeah, or it could be Rams Titans. I don't know. That's one nobody likes the over in. All right, all well said. Good game to talk about and discuss and dive into. I don't know what to do. Some guy on TikTok says this is a not touch. Both are unpredictable. I couldn't agree more. Thanks for the followers, by the way, in TikTok while you're in here. Be sure to follow the page. Come click the link too in the profile. You can come into Twitter and YouTube.
Cheeky from our boy.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, I like that mid-major. All right, Cardinals Panthers. I got nothing here other than if you believe in look-ahead spots, Cardinals got a big old game on deck at San Francisco next week and then a short week with Seattle. So they got 2 patty cake games before that. On the road to the Saints, they survived.
Patty cake. One weekend, we're calling the Panthers a patty cake game against the Cardinals when these two teams had virtually the same win total.
No, they did not. The Panthers had a 5.5, 6.5 win total.
7.5, and the Cardinals had an 8.5.
The Panthers had a 7.5 win total.
I thought so.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, all
People
right.
like Young, he built some momentum last year.
No, you're right. I don't doubt that there's just Panthers love. I don't doubt that, but I forgot that the total was their win total was that much. Okay, you're right. I think we're all Cardinals people. And I think we all respect their defense. Gannon's a defensive guy. He earned my respect as a head coach. I thought he was a little bit dweeby when he came in there. Pew, pew, pew to Rondale Moore. I love their draft moves they made. Get Nolan in the interior. Will Johnson was the second highest graded PFF guy, and take all the PFFs with a grain of salt, but he played really well in New Orleans.
Ooh,
Bryce Young.
Is Cohan flew correct on that?
Honestly, that sounds right. Yep.
The Panthers knocked the Cardinals out. Oh my God. I think you're it was the week before. Yeah, it was like it was late in the season. I remember that. You're right, because I had Kyler in my quarterback in fantasy that year. Yep, they did. Revenge game. I mean, look, Steak, I feel like this is a spot for you to kind of stand on business, because you have not been anywhere near ready to drink the Panthers Kool-Aid at all. Don't you think this could just be a bad start from them to start the season? Absolutely. With what they just did against Jacksonville, now a home opener against the Cardinals, that defense is buzzing. Buda Baker's looking good. I mean, I think this could be a really, really challenging spot for Bryce Young. So I think you got to go all in here. But just to set the table,
what was the line for the Saints Cardinals?
The Cardinals opened 3.5, got bet up to 6 on the road.
And that game was in New Orleans, right?
That was in New Orleans.
Correct.
And the Cardinals were 3 up to 4 as underdogs in Jacksonville. Now this game is 7 and the total is 44. Where's your head at in this one?
The Cardinals large. Yeah, I really do think
large play.
Cardinals large. I think the Cardinals fucking win.
Large plays are 1-0 around the Degenerate family. All right, I need you to keep it going.
Yeah, well, I haven't put. It's not official. That's just what I'm throwing out.
Okay. Unofficial.
I'm with you, Dawes. I'm with you, buddy.
Okay, Greg, what do you think about these two teams?
I'll tell Steak on this. I'm not passionate one way or the other. I do think this is a lot of points for a Cardinals team. I know it's at home, but like Steak said, these teams were pretty close win totals to start the year. And I think too, just reading Sharp's book and looking how the Cardinals perform year over year. If you want to be a Cardinals truther, get on board in September, October, because it goes off the rails in November, December. So I get no problem backing the Cardinals here.
Oh, look at this. The second most popular play is the Carolina Panthers in a teaser.
Haven't seen that up there yet.
Yeah.
Bad guy, please don't remind me.
Under Michael Wilson receptions. Isn't that funny, Steak? When we were talking about a guy, when we were recapping, you said someone's going to have to step up for the Cardinals, and it's got to be Michael Wilson. This could be the Michael Wilson game.
It could be the
Steak, we need to get you a DGen shirt that just says large. I feel like you could pull that off.
You could be the large guy in the DGen family. Yep. All right.
And then you don't even say it, but you stand up.
We're just doing Sunday games. We'll talk Monday games on Monday. That'll be fun. Give you guys something to look forward to. There's a doubleheader in the Monday night slate. We've got the Eagles on the road against Kansas City. Kansas City did not look good for the most part, or maybe the Chargers did look good, but they're 0-1. They got their home opener against the Eagles, Super Bowl revenge game, and it looks like the Eagles are a 1-point favorite. Don't know if there's been any line movement on this one. Chat, if you guys know, please help us out. 46.5, 47 seems like a bit of a high total in my opinion, but maybe I'm off on that. Only because I think you got to respect the Eagles. I'm sorry, the Chiefs defense quite a bit, but man, given what Herbert and those guys were able to do, they were kind of carving him up. Herbert looked great. 3 passing touchdowns. Amari and Hampton, I know he had 48 rushing yards, just squeaked over the line that I got in this prop, but Quentin Johnson had a nice game. I see no reason the Eagles can't go in there and win this game. And I don't know how square of me that is, but what if this is just the fall off of the Chiefs? Like, what if this is just the start, you know? And you think back to where weird shit happened with the Chiefs before the Super Bowl against the Bucs with Andy Reid's son, and they got their ass kicked. Well, already this year you got the Rice suspension, and now you've got this injury with Travis Kelce running into Xavier Worthy. I think he separated his shoulder. I want to say he's out. I'd be fine just leaning into the Chiefs not actually being who we think they are for the past couple years. So I like the Eagles, man. I know I watched that Cowboys game. I came away impressed with some things in the Cowboys, but I was just as if not more impressed with the Eagles, even though they didn't cover and won that game. They're so tough. They're a tough team to stop. And I thought their defense played so much better in the second half They were guarding those guys. They were like white on rice. Everyone was playing well. So I like the Eagles a lot. -1. I don't know if it's a weird line. I don't know if it's short. I don't know if it's square. Greg, what do you think about Chiefs Eagles?
I think the line's pretty accurate.
Okay.
You can't make the Chiefs a favorite in this after they kicked their ass in the Super Bowl and lost week 1. And somebody said in the chat, but what's Pat Mahomes' record as a dog? And also, when's the last time the Chiefs lost 3 games in a row?
I didn't even think about that.
Does not happen. I am very tempted to go with the Chiefs here because I could see everyone in the season a little writing them off. They lost the opener. It was a divisional game. It was in Brazil. Those things happen. This could be a game where the Chiefs stand on business, but I'm also very reluctant to bet it because that does feel pretty public of Patrick Mahomes as a dog. Just, this is a tough one, but this is a fun game, man. I don't know if I have a proper take, but I heavily lean the Chiefs.
Damn.
Heavily. The thing that scares me
he is a dog. Mahomes as a dog at home is crazy. Mahomes being underdog at home is crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But I mean, the thing with the Eagles is, they lost more of their offensive coordinator, but Vic Fangio is still there. And Vic Fangio is the reason the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Like, he shut them down entirely. So can the Chiefs scheme that with 2 of their best offensive weapons out? I think so, but that's a big ask.
I think I'm more on the Budman side of things and the Greg side of things. I think I have to go with the Chiefs. I'm not sure yet. I'll be honest with you. I won't have a bet on this game on my card going into the day, but then around 3 p.m. I'll have had 7 surf sides and I'll be feeling real nice. And then I'm going to put a large wager on this game. If that moment was right now and I was drunk right now, placing the wager would be the Chiefs money line.
Money line. You wouldn't even take the free point.
I wouldn't take the 3 point. Yeah. Wow. Give me plus 105 or whatever the fuck it's going to be.
Yeah, make an extra. Actually, your units are way bigger than mine. I was going to say make an extra $15. Your units are way bigger.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You guys make some good points. I'll give you that. You make some good points. This is good discourse. Would you all agree the Eagles are the better team?
Yes.
Yes.
So, and I'm not setting this up for a trick or anything, but you're betting against the better team. And I know the better team doesn't always win in the NFL. And what if you see this game play out? I'm just curious though. Do you think the Chiefs put a good, well-executed game together, or do you think the Eagles lose it?
I think the Chiefs are better defensively in this game than they were in Brazil against Justin Herbert.
Okay.
I could honestly see a little bit of both. I could see Hurts making a mistake late and the Chiefs just do enough. I mean, if you really look at this brass tacks based principles thinking, you have a better coach, arguably, you have a better quarterback, you're at home, you're getting points.
Yep. Okay. That makes sense.
That to me is, I'm not overthinking all those things.
Totally makes sense. All right, good stuff. Last game, guys, and we'll shut it down. Great job today. Excellent job. Hell of a stream.
Can't forget TD's parlay partners. Got to do it.
We'll do it right after this.
One thing, I know you already picked somebody, but we're gonna tell people to say something in the chat. We're gonna pick people from the chat if you're cool with that.
Absolutely.
I can tell Cam to kick rocks. I didn't even ask him yet. I just told you guys.
Yeah, then don't ask him. We're gonna pick people from the chat.
Is that who you're picking, Greg? Officially, Cam is money.
I if I can. If not, I can wait till next week. Cam, say something if you're here. If not, I would like to go Fat Girls. But
we should probably have done this when it's like the meat and potatoes of the stream, maybe 11:15. Like it's a good halftime.
Next week we can talk about it.
We're gonna do it for 18 weeks. We'll get better.
I know. I want Brinks.
Okay, Brinks for you. Good one.
Brinks is my guy. I want
good
Brinks.
Choice.
Greg can have Cam as money. Oh, Snide's a good one. Snide, you're on my list. I'm gonna pick you.
Okay, fine. Give me Snide.
You're such a bitch.
Why?
Because I bring up Snide. Now you take Snide. Why don't you pick somebody else?
I just picked Snide.
You pick Snide.
Who would you have picked if I didn't? Who of you would you have picked if I didn't talk about Snide?
I have a lineup of a couple guys that are definitely going to be on my team this year, it's Kevin Fat Girls, but I can use them.
Okay, I pick Kev.
You just changed your pick?
No, I just did what you did.
Oh.
All right, I'm in. All right, so I'm Brinks.
There's going to be a battle for Fat Girls next week.
Snidesy, why don't you take him this week, dude? Cam's not here. He can wait.
Oh, Cam's not here.
And Cam's going on Prop Talk. Pick somebody else.
Okay, yeah.
There you go. Boom, boom. Love it. Fat Girls.
Greg has Fat Girls?
Yeah.
Greg, I want to bet a max wager Greg and Fat Girls are not winning.
Well, they're 0-2, right? Team Greg is 0-2 right now.
0-4. Incoming. Large.
Can't wait to see.
Steak and Snide, and then me and Brinks.
Yep, there you go. Good job.
Dawes will be on my card too. I'll have Dawes at some point. Okay, last game, and then let's wrap it up. Falcons, Vikings.
Sneaky guy that's making my card this year. I got to fit him in. Auto Gelato. I'll have Auto Gelato before week 6.
Yep. Fat Girl says, Greg, I'll hit your DMs, these fucking fools. Oh, I can't wait. Who's Fat Girl's going to be like?
Aloha. Somebody better pick Aloha if they're smart.
Fat Girls is going to say, give me Cole Kmet. And then Greg's going to say, give me DK Metcalf. That's what they're going to do. Watch.
No, I'm going to take a running back that has the best odds like you do every week.
I took Ashton Genty in fucking July. He was plus 100.
Okay, real quick, since we're having this conversation and Snide brought it up, do you think we should rule out people that aren't plus 100?
No, we just instead of DGen being
Yes. Fuck you. I said I would have picked somebody else. Steak told me not to. Fuck you. I thought being picking Chuba.
I just think Snide's either even money or higher.
This is just the easiest
A
fix
million
in the world,
percent, dude. No.
Do you agree, Greg?
Yes, Greg agrees.
Can I speak? Don't tell me I agree. I don't agree. This is the easiest fix in the world. So you take a guy at minus 150, you don't get a 1, you just count the units up. And who cares if you take a guy that's chalk, you hit it, you get less. You take a swing on a whatever.
Either way, I'm actually the one in charge of this, and I'm counting the units either way, Greg. So you don't have to worry about that. I'm just wondering.
No, just count the units. I don't care about what you use.
145 people.
Stop.
Dude, if I'm down late, if DGen thinks I'm going 0-4, if I'm down late, I'm absolutely throwing a 20-1 guy, Ben Skowarski, in there.
Steak, you just said it, and you're right. Greg does agree. He's trying to make rules to be diplomatic. Not necessary. We do not allow. No, you're not. You're making it complicated. Plus 100 or higher. No minus. None. You can't take
now after you just did it.
I fucking offered to take another player, Greg. Pull your fucking head out of your ass and listen.
Well, actually, you weren't the problem in your team. It was your
I know. I know that. And I said, Beef. I said, fuck that. I expected better of you.
You got to take it down.
Expected better of Beef. He picked a minus 105.
All right. Real quick, a 3-way DGen vote. Yes or no, Greg? Yes, plus 100 or higher, or no, pick anybody you want?
Pick anybody you want.
No, okay, yes.
I'm going with pick anybody you want to. Let's go. I literally
you guys are the dumbest fucking assholes ever. So you're going to say pick minus 170 Jalen Hurts.
Yep, you could pick him, and you lose minus 1.7 units when he doesn't score.
Okay, so we're betting to win, not to risk.
Yeah, no, we're betting to win. Exactly. Yep, exactly.
So
everything is to win 1 unit.
I'll be keeping easier.
No, it could be easier. I just gave you an easier option, plus 100 or higher, and
You're
it's 1 unit across
which
the board.
Makes it more complicated.
It does not make it more complicated. Why does it make it more complicated?
Because you're adding a rule. Steak and I are saying no rules. Adding more rules. Legislation makes it more complicated than blank canvas.
Okay. It doesn't make it more complicated. What you were just bitching about is what I'm trying to make a rule for to fix this problem.
Fine. I've seen enough chat agreeing with DGen, which is rare, that maybe we should run a poll because I've never seen this much.
It's actually insane to me that both of you guys bitched. You both bitched about a minus player, and then you both just went against the solution.
All right, DGen, make a poll, and the poll has to say pick whoever you want or plus money or higher. Run the poll.
It's going right now. Plus money only or anyone. Right now, it's 8-6 plus money.
Okay, let's see how it goes. We'll
let it run. Let's chat. We got 1 game left.
I just don't understand. You both bitched about minus players, which I agree with. I agree with you. We're all aligned. I wouldn't have picked Genty if Steak didn't say stick with Genty. I literally
just wanted to vote against you, DGen. Honest to God.
It is fun to see you get fired.
You think you're a dictator. You truly do.
I don't. I'm trying to do what's right.
Democracy was like.
I want to do what's right and be efficient and have the best possible product that we can do. And this is an easy solution. I was not happy with Beef picking a minus 105 player. I didn't love Hovey picking a minus 120 Chase Brown. That's not exciting or fun. We should take shots.
Involved in the poll. Give me an update.
Yeah, they are. Anyone is up 23-21. I don't agree with it, but whatever. That's fine. It is a democracy at the end of the day.
Can we talk about the last game?
Sure.
Yeah.
You guys talk about it.
DJ like control. I just want people to understand before they call me a dictator. There is no fucking society if it wasn't for the guy you're calling a dictator to begin with. Okay. So let's just remember.
That is a very dictator thing to say.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. Right. Yep. Everybody's up here having a great old time because of the fucking back of this wrist. Okay. Setting up a fucking Twitch. You know how hard it was to figure out Twitch? You have any idea?
Osama bin
I think you're
DJ.
quoting Mussolini this entire thing. Mussolini.
Yeah, I bet. Go ahead. Yeah. Mussolini this, Mussolini that. Sure. Okay. Sure. We'll be out there running around picking minus 170. Beeves out there saying, I'm him. I still do this shit when Jalen Hurts scores. He scored 14 touchdowns last year. He's minus 150. Big fucking whoop.
Okay. Well, how'd the poll finish? Because
anyone. It's anyone. 26-25.
Wow. What a
That's
poll.
great.
Holy
That's great.
Shit.
That's awesome.
What a poll. Talk
Crazy.
about the Falcons and the Vikings. Remember who your teammates are.
Brinks.
Okay. Snidesy and Fat Girls for Greg. Got it. Okay. It's Vikings, Falcons.
But no, we're not betting one unit all plays anymore. We're betting 1.45 units now.
No, we're not. We're betting to win one unit. Yes.
Exactly. He's saying bet one unit. We're betting to win one unit. You have to add that layer in now to explain to people. So while you think you didn't make it more complicated, you did make it more complicated. You have to let people know you're risking to win.
Just so we can talk about this offline. I feel like we're really going down. And
you need everybody involved because it's a group thing.
Yeah, sure. Vikings, Falcons.
Why don't you make it bet one unit? That's much easier to follow because then you win 0.87 units if it's minus.
You cannot respond to another text about the touchdown thing. You have to go to Falcons, Vikings. It's 12:06.
Okay, but he makes a good point. I'm just pointing that out.
Just go to Falcons, Vikings.
Okay. The Vikings are minus 3.5 at home against the Atlanta Falcons. This is very interesting, by the way. Look at this picket splits on this spread. Holy shit, everybody. All the money's on the Falcons. I'll tell you right now, I ain't fading JJ McCarthy. But if there was a time to fade JJ McCarthy.
It ain't now, buddy.
Really? Mr. fucking Falcons this, Falcons that, gonna win the division, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. All right, tell me, what is it about the Falcons that you don't like buying in on this week?
Nothing against the Falcons I don't like. I think this is a great spot for JJ McCarthy. Weak-ass fucking Falcons secondary that can't fucking capitalize. And JJ McCarthy's at home with a full game under his belt. And I think this is honestly a good spot for the Vikings. And I don't talk like that. Like, I didn't even love the Vikings last week, but I think this is actually a better spot for the Vikings than the Falcons.
Penix revenge game?
Yeah, it was the national championship game, JJ versus.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I got nothing in this game. I just came off the JJ McCarthy hate club. I'm not going into the fan club. I love the Vikings team. I love KOC. I don't like anything about the Falcons other than Bijan Robinson. I'm coming around to Drake London, and I'm a Michael Penix guy. I thought they played. They didn't play great, but they should have won the game. The Bucs should have not won that game. Bad L if you're the Falcons. Great win if you're the Vikings. Probably. I don't know what you do coming into this game. Steak says that you don't bet the Falcons. I don't disagree with that. Greg?
I agree with Steak. I'm not taking the Vikings, but if I was betting this, I would take the Vikings. That 3.5 is kind of scary, and maybe it's trying to scare you off the Vikings, but I would play Vikings here and not play the game, and I'm leaning towards not play the game, but it is prime time. By 8 o'clock, I'm going to have a play.
Okay. Made it very clear I love the Vikings roster and their coaching staff. I was fading JJ McCarthy by fading the Vikings. Yes, I love the Minnesota Vikings. And I've bet your stupid fucking team more times than I'd like to admit in the last 5 years, including Kirk Cousins MVP, including to make the playoffs, including to win the Super Bowl, including KOC head coach of the year. So get fucked respectively. Respectfully. That was a great stream. I don't know how I'm going to go to work after this. Greg, I know. I mean, like
all jacked up.
You want me to get you fired up again?
No, I don't. You know what? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a fucking cold brew. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a cold brew. Listen, it's fine. I'm just saying, I hope our guys in this contest don't take minus 130 touchdown scores.
They won't.
Well, they already did right out of the gate. Steak 2 for 3. Chuba was what? Minus 120, minus 130, and Beeve was minus 105.
Yeah, so Greg's the only one played by the rules, huh? Interesting.
No, you don't want rules, Greg. So don't give yourself a fucking pat on the back.
I played with honor.
There you go. Yeah, and you just voted against honor, so get fucked.
So did the chat.
You played against honor. Come on, go.
All right. That was a great stream. Steak, Greg, great job. We'll see you tonight at 7 o'clock. All right, bye, guys. Who wants to get rated? By the way, my phone's going to die. Thanks, everybody, for TikTok. We'll see you later. Tonight, make sure you follow the page. Click the link. Thanks for everything. How did TikTok do? Let's see. 1,000 views, 5 new followers. We take that brick by brick. Yeah, that was fun. Love having the band together. Who needs a raid? Let's see. TNF winners. Oh, we got Book It on. Let's go raid Book It. Say what's up to those guys. I hope you all have a great night. We'll see you. I got game script coming out later. All right. Be on the lookout for the game script video. And we'll have a hella plays tonight. I'm in. Spoiler alert. Well, I'll give you guys are already here. Jaden Daniels rushing yards in the first quarter over 10, over 9.5, minus 107 on DraftKings is my bet. And I like the Commanders. I've been on the Commanders this season. I'm not buying the regression from the Commanders. And after watching that Lions-Packers game, I like them. All right, guys, join the raid. Have a great day.